It all started 30 years ago, and this month we want to celebrate with you. During our 30th anniversary sales event, buy one window, patio door, or an entry door, and get the next one 40% off. Plus, get an additional $45 off each window and door. No money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. And because we want to take care of the people who help take care of us, Renewal by Andersen is proud to offer an additional $300 discount to our military, first responders, and teachers. Our 30th anniversary sales event ends June 30th. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule an appointment. 1-800-704-4200. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Try Insurify. We help you compare quotes and save half on your car insurance.
These are convenient and save me lots of money.
Go to Insurify.com and save up to $1,000 a year on your car insurance.
Let's say with today's news presenter, get to a fast start with our proven program. We've set 7,000 members. Looking for something different? Try our food that support for high protein and low carb diet. Over 50 is fabulous. Check out the Women's Over 50 program and reduce harmful belly fat 1% in your first month. Low carb, high protein. Happy.
The number one doctor recommended for your health that helps you keep up the things you love every age. Cuno, brand I trust.
After a lot of fun, Matt and Solar Flare added a 20-minute hour to the day. Like a reflection.
Again, you like power now. Anything can change. HR to payroll. ADP designs the next anything. Hawks go on and
Like they did me. But rid of the rat.
spell belch.
They is also looking into buying food.
When you can't watch. Anytime.
So, a 17-year-old who played in next week's US Open, after tying for first place during the qualifying tournament, he'll take on some of the world's most elite golfers starting next Wednesday. Golfer Basin, how old you like? That's a first. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I've been playing golf since about when I was 3. In the first term,
So I'm sure that you're something right now. You've already accomplished so much by qualifying, but now the journey starts for real.
yes, sir. No, these last 48 hours have been absolutely crazy. Um, just trying to figure things out. This is my first professional event. Trying to get the lay of the land, but my stomach's been jumping all over the place just with excitement and it hurts.
I bet that. So tell me, what's your favorite golf?
Oh, Brenda, I'm hoping somebody's going to join the panel because I want to go down and get this ship. There's a tug pulling the Coast Guard ship up the river, and there's another ship that was already in the river, and he's following it. So I'm hoping somebody's going to join the panel because I want to go down and get this ship. There's a tug pulling the Coast Guard ship up the river, and there's another ship.
Yeah, so I mean, I got Dalton impact first before I compared to Kobe.
To you and your family, right?
It's everything. They've been by my side every step of the way, and to have them come support me through every tournament I play in, whether it's my mom, my dad, or both, to have them alongside the folks next week, it's going to be super special. A lot of friends as well down here in Collinsville.
Where did you get golfing from, Professor?
I guess at a really young age, I just really liked watching on TV, and my dad would go out to the country club every now and then, and I guess I'd go with him, sit in the car, make a couple swings, and just kind of fell in love with it.
And you graduate next year, right?
Yes, sir. I still have another year of high school.
So,
If you think I should go, Brenda, I will.
support bill, the original spending bill, is a disgusting abomination. Now that comes less than a week after Musk pledged that he would never abandon Trump. But meanwhile, the White House is defending the legislation, saying the president, he is all in. Look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it.
So Senate Majority Leader John Thune is going to react. So stand by for that. We'll talk to him coming up in minutes. Peter, geez, I'm in on blah. Talking out there. Well, where is Elon Musk for Elon Musk's big send-off on Friday? President Trump said Elon's not really leaving. He's going to be back and forth. But now it is difficult to see him back anytime soon because Elon Musk has gone from being seen by Democrats as a bad guy to being seen by Democrats as the toast of the town with that one tweet.
I hear something happened while we were at lunch, which led me to make some news here today and say something I didn't think was imaginable. I agree with Elon Musk. If even Elon Musk, who's been part of the whole process and as Trump's buddy says the bill is bad, you can imagine how bad this bill is.
Musk elaborated further about the big beautiful bill. He said it will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. White House officials argue Musk is misguided.
We understand where he's coming from, but if you have an accurate baseline that treats taxes the same way it treats spending, this budget is $1.6 trillion mandatory savings. I don't think there's any way that you can possibly suggest this is not just a responsible bill.
Source familiar with the behind-the-scenes backstabbing directed me last night to an Axios roadmap of 4 things that really set Musk off before he left the White House. Those things are the BBB, getting rid of the electric vehicle tax credit that he thinks hurts Tesla, the FAA not using Starlink for air traffic control, a friend of his, Musk not getting the top NASA job, and officials here saying that he could not continue as a special government employee.
Okay, so we're going to use that guidepost a little bit here, John Thune. Thank you, Peter. Beginning our coverage there in Washington. Thank you, Dana.
Also, this last night, a chilling announcement from the Justice Department. Prosecutors charging 2 Chinese nationals here at the University of Michigan with smuggling a dangerous fungus that's potentially a bioweapon. Rich Ensign live in Washington with details. Hi, Rich.
Hey, good morning, Dana. Well, the FBI says this is a reminder of how the Chinese government is looking to target American vulnerabilities. The Justice Department says it has charged Yanqun Jian and Zongyang Liu, both Chinese citizens, with conspiracy, smuggling goods into the United States, false statements, and visa fraud. Prosecutors claim Liu flew from China to Detroit in July of 2024 and stashed a dangerous pathogen in his backpack. They say Customs and Border Protection found a wad of tissues crumpled up with a note in Chinese, a round piece of filtered paper with circles drawn on it, and 4 clear plastic baggies with small clumps of plant material inside, what the Justice Department calls a potential agro-terrorism weapon that could target wheat, barley, maize, and rice. FBI Director Kash Patel tells Fox News, quote, "This case is a sobering reminder that the Chinese Communist Party continues to deploy operatives and researchers to infiltrate our institutions and target our food supply and act that could cripple our economy and endanger American lives. Smuggling a known agro-terrorism agent to the United States is not just a violation of law, it is a direct threat to national security." Some members of Congress say the U.S. should further scrutinize Chinese students studying here.
We shouldn't be lax on this at all. The full force of law should come down on them. We should prevent anyone associated with the CCP from being at any rate.
Now, the complaint says Liu wanted to research the pathogen in the lab at the University of Michigan where his girlfriend Jian worked. The FBI says it searched Jian's phone and found a form describing her membership and loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. She will appear in federal court in Detroit. Back to you, Dave.
Then thank you.
A lot to get to here. Carrie, just Fox's thing. Carrie, nice to have you on today. Quick thing from Pam Bondi, AG. No higher nation than keeping the American people safe and protecting our nation from hostile foreign actors who could do us harm. What is your top line take on these arrests?
Well, there's even more that meets the eye than what we know. I was reading the affidavit as part of the complaint this morning.
And a few things stood out to me. One, this woman apparently had smuggled the same kind of material into the United States before. So this wasn't the first time. Second thing was I thought a pretty chilling text exchange between both of them, where he says to her, everything else will be easy once we get this done. And she's saying to him, the seeds are, quote, not usable yet. And so, I took a look at this and I thought, this is exactly why when I was at the Department of Justice, out of National Security Division, they began this program called the China Initiative, where they specifically targeted China's threat. And the reason being is that the Chinese, the FBI rather, opened an investigation into Chinese economic espionage efforts every 10 to 12 hours. This is something that Chris Wray repeatedly said when he was the FBI director for 7.5 years. It's why DOJ started that program. Strangely, at least I thought it was strange, the Biden administration dismantled that program once we were gone. And then you have the new FBI director, Kash Patel, who told Bret Baier recently that China, when he was asked, what keeps you up at night, he said China. So you have these two FBI directors who have information, access to information that we don't have, saying this is the greatest threat that we're facing. And now we see this right in front of our faces. It's pretty concerning.
Pam Bondi said this, that there's no higher mission than keeping the American people safe and protecting our nation from hostile foreign actors who would do us harm. The concerns over the fungus would be to agricultural crops like wheat, barley, maize, and rice. Obviously, those are big ticket items in terms of what feeds us and helps feed the world, and also a big part of the way that we help the farmers across the country support themselves.
Yeah, that's right. And, it's interesting that when this woman was conducting research on this pathogen in China, she was doing so from a foundation that was funded largely by the Chinese Communist government. So she's doing it over there. She comes over here, starts doing it in Michigan. Her boyfriend comes over. They start working on it together. And then meanwhile, she had been instructing someone previous to this, somebody else that we don't know who that is, I think at this point, to stuff the seeds in the soles of his shoe to get through customs and the airport. And on top of it, of course, she lied on her visa where she said that she was studying something distinct and different from this actual pathogen.
I think your hunch is exactly right. This epidemic, you've got to know what you're looking for. You got a second screening that took place. They found tissues concealed in a note in Chinese, found a round piece of filter paper with a series of circles drawn on it. 4 plastic baggies with small clumps of fresh plant material inside. I think your hunch is exactly right. They were watching that. You have to really know what you were looking for in order to make this arrest. So we'll see where it goes in Michigan. They both worked at the University of Michigan. Executive order. There's been another judge that has stepped in, this time banning the treatment for trans inmates, of which there are 628 right now in federal prisons. This came up in during the campaign with Kamala Harris. Here is her position on that issue then.
I make sure that they change the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desire. I feel very strongly about the Senate Ethics Court. It's a civil rights issue. It's a justice issue. And it's an issue of humanity.
Would appear that the hormone treatments can continue, at least for now. Is that the right read?
Yeah, that's absolutely the right read. And, if you take a step back and think about it, the fact that the American taxpayer is being forced to pay for elective hormone therapy, for preferred clothing, for hair removal devices, for these transgender inmates who, would say that they're suffering from mental illness and they need these things, it's really quite something. And one thing, Bill, that bothered me in the opinion from this judge said, well, the Trump administration didn't give a reason as to why they did this. And I thought, what are you talking about? The EOs on transgender issues have been crystal clear. And it's pretty simple. It's that men are men, women are women, and our policies are going to be consistent with that. And we're not going to force people to pay for something that, not only do we think is not consistent with science, it's not good for them. And so, of course, DOJ is going to appeal this. But in the meantime, these inmates will continue to receive these treatment and clothing as the case litigated on the merits.
All right, Carrie Arbon, thank you for kicking us off today. That was a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie.
Muhammad's despicable actions will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
But we're also investigating to what extent his family knew about this horrific attack, if they had any knowledge of it, or if they provided support to it. Justice will be served.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem as investigators revealed new details about the suspect in Sunday's anti-Semitic firebomb attack in Colorado. They said Cunha is in Boulder, Colorado. You've been there from the start. You have new information and dramatic new video of the attack. Tell us more, Alicia.
Yes. Hi, good morning, Dana. Yes, authorities say that Mohammed Salman,
Sammy Champlain, Attorney Traffic, go ahead.
his victim, did not suspect that he was up to something, even dressing like a gardener to fit in. But we do have a warning for you. The video that we're about to show you of the chaos unfolding.
Roger, Sammy Champlain, up to the southbound, the elbow, Nova 1010. Roger.
The arrest warrant shows Solomon says he wore an orange vest and bought flowers from Home Depot to pull off the disguise and carried 18 Molotov cocktails in a black bin that looked like what a gardener would use. He purchased a backpack sprayer, which he filled with gas and wore on his back as he approached the group. He ultimately used 2 Molotov cocktails that lit himself on fire and didn't expect to live, he told authorities. He said he would do it all over again because, as he put it, he wanted all sides.
Nicolene, Attorney Traffic.
Anti-Semitic incidents are on the rise nationwide, with more than 9,000 reported in 2024. In Colorado, it was 279 in the same time period. That's a record high and marks a 42% increase from the previous year. Some in Colorado say they can feel it.
Attorney Traffic, Nicolene. Yeah, pass 1 and 2. We got 8 hours to Harbor Beach. Roger, Nicolina. And can you give us a call on landline when you have a chance? I can give you the phone number if you need it.
State Department said that it is revoked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wife and 5 children.
Roger, area code 519-337-6221. Yeah, Roger, good call.
Here,
Roger, thank you.
Dana.
All right, Alicia, thank you.
Attorney Traffic, Herbert C. Jack.
I had her feedback.
Yes, sir. Good morning. We're up at Louis 1 and 2. We've got 4 hours up to Harbor Beach, and I'll be overtaking the Nicolina
Plus, the acting
here.
administrator testifies on camera.
Roger, her feedback.
Safety, we talked to Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy about that.
Also, parents and parents in the White House pressing for answers about whether or not they were legitimate.
Americans saw with their own eyes a mentally incompetent president, and they want answers for that, and the president believes they should have.
You know, steel wheels. Now is the best time to save payment over 40 hardwood. Steel wheels.
If you're living with diabetes, I'll tell you the same thing I tell my patients. Getting on Dexcom G7 is one of the easiest ways to take better control of your diabetes and help protect yourself from the long-term health problems they can cause. This small wearable replaces finger sticks, lowers A1C, and is covered by Medicare. Not managing your diabetes really affects your health for the future, so you get the more complications you're going to see.
I knew I could lower my diabetes because it was caused by
Before the Dexcom G7, doctor's appointments were not something I was for.
For my patients, getting on Dexcom G7 is the biggest eye-opener they've ever had.
When I got Dexcom G7, I couldn't be uneasy. The small nerve sends my glucose numbers right to my phone or my machine. Just a glance, I can see it high, low, or steady, so I can quickly get my glucose under control, better protect complications. My A1C down by.
Oh no, start with the most accurate and most recommended CGM lab. You'll also get a free discussion guide for your next doctor's visit. Dexcom G7 had changed my life for the better. Now I'm a superstar. My A1C is 5.7.
my A1C has never been low. I go swimming, I run my exercise bike, and I play my green tea. I barely have my life back.
My wife used to worry about me for my Dexcom. Now she doesn't worry. She knows.
sound. Title spell the word. Call the number on your screen now to talk to our
I don't know. It's better than this is a great way for me to get those people smell some veggies inside. I think I'll take Alice Nation forever.
Get 35% off your first set by using discount code FOXNews.
If anything happens to me, I don't want my family to stress over money. I searched that online. Ethos. It took maybe 10 minutes. I got covered 100%. Ethos made it fast, and Ethos protected that. Check your price at ethos.com.
Being outside for fun makes our deck and patio too hot to enjoy.
Thanks to our new Sunsetter retractable awning, we can select full sun or instant shade.
It's 20 degrees cooler. You get protection from harmful rays and sunflare.
Oh, now, this free awning idea kit packed with great awning solutions. Plus, get this $200 discount certificate to get your Sunsetter for as little as $799 and LED lighting for evening enjoyment. Life is better under a sunset.
With Verbo, you save over $200 when you stay on your board. And any reason to extend a vacation is a good reason to extend a vacation. Stay longer and sleep with Verbo.
Jesse always tells it like it is. This country has to come together. It's Jesse Waters tonight.
USDA choice ribeye. That must have cost an arm and a leg. How do you even afford to barbecue these days, am I right? It's not that much at all. You see that now?
Hey, check it out with the price sign.
The lowest price is the peanut.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm 20 minutes late, gang. Sorry about that. Oh.
No, but it's not that much. It's the what? You know, 2 years ago, Mom, Dylan was famous for not giving his heart. His heart. And so I traced the signature in a lot.
Okay, anybody want to join? Please do so. Join the panel. Like I say, at the last minute, two things happened. One, tug pulled over next to the Coast Guard cutter that's been parked in Pine Grove Park, and I couldn't figure out what they were doing. And then another ship was upbound, and the tug took on the Coast Guard cutter and under tow and was heading upbound, and the other ship had already come into the no two in the same zone area of the Black River. So that was interesting, and I caught them both. Hey, Lance.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Another day in paradise.
Who'd they catch?
Huh?
You were just saying they caught somebody by a river.
Well, yeah, no, the St. Clair River from out and buoys 1 and 2 all the way down to the Black River, you're not supposed to have any more than one vessel at a time, either up, down, or downbound. And what happened is all of a sudden, the tug that pulled up next to the Coast Guard cutter that was tied up at Pine Grove Park pulled out, towing the Coast Guard cutter. And the discussion between the two captains were, oh, great, now what do we do? Because he's coming upbound against the current with a 700-foot ship, you know. And so they worked it all out that he was the guy towing the Coast Guard cutter was going to get to the right as soon as he got to buoys 1 and 2, and the other ship was going to pass him on the left.
So they kind of made it legal-ish.
Yeah. Well, the operator on a marine traffic radio, a Sarnia radio, wasn't happy about it. He says, "Well, you guys do know, you know."
Yeah. So today's the day, I hear.
For what?
That our administration announces that we can no longer purchase DJI drones.
Really?
That's what I thought I heard. Yep.
Well, that's okay for everybody that doesn't live near the border, because you can always go across the border and buy it in Canada.
Yeah. So then the question arises, is it any drone that's sold, any model that's sold from this point on? An example, say the Avata 3 hasn't come out yet, and it comes out tomorrow, but the ban starts today. Can you still go buy it in Canada and fly it?
Yes.
Or not?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That ban is only on importation of merchandise.
Gotcha.
You can go over and buy it and fly it and whatever you want to do. As long as you follow the local regulations as far as height, altitude, distance, and that kind of thing. Not flying over people or crowds or.
Sure. Well, it's kind of misting in the Pacific Northwest, Paul. I would not want anyone to live up here right now.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. I've got a storm front supposed to hit here about 2 o'clock.
Is that right? Yeah. Today's our rainy day, and then it's going to get nice again, they say. So we'll see. And you said about 2 o'clock your time, huh?
Yep.
Okay, where's this guy gonna squeeze in? Asshole. Mercedes-Benz for you.
I don't know if you can see your screen or not, but here's the one I just did. I haven't edited or anything. This is all raw.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There they go.
Because I didn't get down there in time to catch them while they were down. But see, back here is the other ship coming up.
Yeah. I've got to stop at Safeway and buy something, some type of croissant or muffin or donut or something. We're having a staff meeting for all of our staff that are leaving us and won't be here next year. There's 3 retired folks, and then there's about 13 or 14 folks that are being displaced and moved to other schools. So we're kind of giving them a farewell staff meeting. And I signed up to bring some type of pastry. What should I bring, Paul?
Boston creams.
You got it. You got it.
Did you need to ask?
I did not.
You'll be a big hit with Boston creams.
Okay. I'll see if Safeway carries them.
I'll go up. I'll turn it off. Go ahead.
You guys have Safeways?
Yeah. Where, I don't know, but yes, we do.
Yeah.
You know, the thing of it is I've been homebound for the most part, except for flying, that every time I go out to go someplace, I got to figure out what the hell is that? Where? You know, lots of times, the other day I had to go up to the north end to try and find a location, and I thought it was on the left side, and I was looking on the left and drove all the way to the end, came all the way back, and it was on the right, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll carry you into the store with me, Paul. See if they have Boston creams. If they don't, it's the old muffin.
The Muffin Man?
Okay, here we go. See how cloudy it is?
Yeah.
It was misting on the way here, but now it's dry. My wife said it looks like it's gonna pour when she left. So good morning. Okay. Inside the local Safeway. No, thank you. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Yeah, have another beer. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm not, Paul. Bad news.
No, don't have any?
No, they don't. Okay, do I grab cookies? Do I grab muffins? Do I grab? Hey, don't hassle me. Don't hassle me. Don't hassle me, dude. He's hassling me. Yeah. He's begging for money.
You got people begging money over there?
Yeah, there's a guy with no shoes on walking the store. Okay. Oh, man, this is harder than I thought it was going to be, Paul. I don't want to get donuts because I got a bag box them myself. I don't want to do that. That's kind of freaky when people touch the donuts, even though they've got little wrappers. Okay, focus here. I can.
Here comes Captain Joe.
I've been in the back room for 10 minutes.
Well, we should have put you back there for 10 more. The way you come in all lit up like that.
You know, Lance just had a problem at the where are you at?
Safeway.
Safeway.
Paul, I was in the back room. I heard it all.
With the no shoes and the whole bit. Yeah.
I was in there 10 minutes. I heard it all. I also heard Lance stirring shit this morning.
Oh, about the ban? Cupcakes. Do I get cupcakes?
And I also heard Lance stirring shit this morning. Today's the day the administration is going to ban Chinese drones. No, it's not.
Talk to me.
You must be reading the Washington Post.
Talk to me, Joe.
All he's doing is saying that he's directing the security agencies to investigate Chinese drones, basically, to whether they're going to be banned or not. That's what he's doing because he's doing what the bill says he's supposed to do that nobody's doing. Number one. And Paul, we won't be able to go to Canada and buy the new drones because if they do ban the drones, the FCC is going to ban the frequencies. So what's happening, they won't have the right to be on the frequency. So we've got one of the new drones that we're not allowed to have for some reason. It will be illegal. But all the old drones will be still legal. That's why I think it's so stupid that they're talking about even a ban without doing it all the ones current.
Yeah.
You know, because if the ones current, you know, are still the same drones, what's the difference? But it's not going to happen.
Well, even if they approach it, Joe, it's going to be a mess anyway, you know, because they won't do it right. They won't figure in anybody else, and they'll have an uprising.
The Pentagon's already vetted DJI and told DJI they're safe. They don't do anything. DJI's even stopped putting the files on the internet. That's another step. And then there's a big security agency that does all these different companies for security purposes, and they vetted them last year. So it's been done already.
Jonathan Jackson says that's what he said, Joe.
I know, and everybody keeps coming out and saying, "Well, they're going to ban them today." No, they're not. If you know, I would be so shocked if it come out and they said we couldn't fly them today. Yeah, no way. I guarantee there'd be so many freaking lawsuits.
Brendan, did you miss me while I was gone?
No, nobody did. Nobody did. It's normal. We're used to you not being here. I signed on to the Studio Being Friends. That's what it is today. Studio Being Friends with guest Paul Murray.
Yeah. Special guest.
No,
I like that.
Guest.
Special guest. Yeah.
Just guest.
Very special guest.
Well, we know that's not true.
Very, very, very special guest.
Hey, Lance, he's a legend in his own mind.
Who's that?
Paul.
Yeah, because Joe just said I should change the name of the program to live from Studio B with very, very special
I
guest
never said
Paul
that. I
Murray.
said Studio B with friends. Live from Studio B with friends. Like this with sometimes guest Paul Murray.
Very funny.
Very, very, very special Paul Murray.
Yeah, Paul Murray is a legend in his own mind, I tell you. Everybody say, "Do you know who Paul Murray is?" I said, "No, but we know Joe."
Everybody knows a Joe.
Okay. It's like I might have come back in because my car isn't picking you guys up. Hold on.
You didn't
Your
get that
phone
guy a
dying?
dollar and he slashed your tires, huh?
I think his phone died.
No, I think that guy slashed his tires.
Oh,
Go. What you just you got stuff this
he
morning. or you
ran
got
up
the
him,
bacon?
ran up on him and robbed him. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Brenda, don't forget to check with the post office. See if it's tracking today.
Yeah.
Port Charlotte, Florida, same place. Latest update. See, it might be stuck there because it says it's an incorrect address. So it's saying it's it might just be stuck at that post office. Because they don't know how to do their freaking job. Because you see, don't make sense. All they got to do is cross-reference a freaking name. They get other mail for her address. That same post office. So what's the issue? When I used to work in purchasing, if we looked for a part and it looked like the same part, when we could cross-reference it and it was the same part, but just a different brand, we could use it. Because you did your job. Gotta get all these DEI hires out of there.
Unless you're actually passing spending reduction in history.
You didn't let Lance has been in the back room. You didn't let him in. I did.
You got to start somewhere. This makes it now being ensuring that those deficits and those debts.
He's back.
Joe, I know the feeling, Joe, being back in the room 10 minutes before being let in.
Well, the easy way to fix that is what I just did, putting the sound on it.
So I haven't watched your video crashing into the Play Toys yet. I'll do that when I get to work today.
Yeah, you'll like it. Actually, it hit and went straight up in the air. If it would have, it didn't flip anything. It just went straight up in the air, and then came back.
You know, it's amazing. Sometimes the Nevada 2 rebounds so well, and other times it just kind of doesn't.
Other times it acts like a Neo.
Exactly. You know, the more and more I play with the Neo, the more and more I'm agreeing with Joe. It's the best drone in the world.
The second thing you got wrong today. A third thing. You came on the show.
Okay, here comes the mist. The Seattle mist. What are you doing, Joe?
Check my mail. I'm looking for a package that ain't here either.
He's still trying to find Brenda's package.
No, that package is still in Port Charlotte, sir. Now I've got
Nice, easy.
2 other packages I'm looking for. It's probably sitting in some room that they're trying to think of what to do with it. Which don't make sense because it originally said it was coming back to me. So it's like, again, somebody's not doing their job. They should have your number too, Brenda. What? Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think I did give them your phone number. No, I didn't give me. I gave them the right address. I didn't give them your phone number. But they said they had the address. I said you'd be calling them. But
So, Paul,
if they got the right address.
The last tip you posted, it was kind of windy. The one you posted this morning.
Yeah, well, it's hazy. That Canadian forest fires has really put a smog over all the Great Lakes and the eastern seaboard.
And the south.
Yeah, the ship was called the Paul something. I don't know what the name of it was.
Paul Tregurtha?
Yeah.
That's the biggest ship on the Great Lakes.
Okay.
I thought it was called Paul's Out Here. Paul's Out Here and his empty chairs at the show. That was the name of the ship.
Yeah.
That dog, I don't know what's wrong with that stupid dog. Look, you jump your ass up there, jump your ass down. He gets on a futon last night, and he won't jump down. So his back foot must be hurting him, or his legs hurting him. When Justin touched the door, he jumped down like nothing was wrong. Now he's up there again, and he's looking at the floor like, well, should I jump? Should I jump? Jump. You better hurry.
Play Van Halen.
Yeah. I played you saw the new one they did with Trump?
No.
There's I have to send it to you. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can. It was on I think it was on Instagram, but it's called Trump. And it's like jump, and he's like David Lee Roth doing the jumping and all of that.
Ah,
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Jonathan said that he said let's see. I take it he took the face off the back of his chair. We need to make a Paul Murray's face in the back where he's eating a Boston cream, holding a bag of peanuts, and they say, "Where is Paul?" And have a checklist like flying the ship, climbing a ladder, chasing Boone, going by more Boston creams, falling off the ladder, feeding the squirrels, and have a checklist and put it on there every day. So when he leaves, turn the chair around. On the bottom say, or did he take Dukalax?
Yeah, I bought some extra Dukalax, so I'm set with that. Who wants in? Justin Stickley. Hello, Justin.
Now we have a real host here.
with no audio.
Yeah, he did. Got a bad mic, that Timu mic.
I thought that's the one you told him to buy.
The one he told us to buy. Again, you got it backwards.
Hey, my mic at home hasn't been acting up on me, but I'm not on it a lot.
You need to jump.
Hey, are you flying the sim at all, Joe?
I flew it yesterday. I went out to the meadow, the one with the windmills and all that.
Okay.
And I flew it for 24 minutes without crashing.
Are you
Wow.
there and hooked up now?
What?
Are you hooked up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance, I flew it for 24 minutes without crashing between the silos, down low between the houses. Even that one barn that's got that big long open part went through that.
Yeah. I'm not that good. I once I get low to the ground, I'm toast.
I was about 6 or 7 inches off the ground and was able to fly right through that barn. I'll tell you what though, even though it's a fake drone, I was clinching.
Yeah. And did you fix your left stick?
Yeah, I got it. I don't like it though. It's stiff. Is it supposed to be stiff?
What's up, Brenda?
A little bit. But it's supposed to stay exactly where you last put it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Because it does, but it doesn't feel right to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does feel odd.
When you push it up or down, you can't see it. But if you push it down, it stays there. And if you push it up, it stays there. If you stop somewhere in there, it stops right there. It's just stiff. Yep. I'm not used to having the resistance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess I got it right.
Yeah. But it doesn't come that way out of the factory, which is weird. You would think that it would if it's an FPV controller.
Well, it's also a DJI FPV with all the safeties.
Gotcha.
Let's see if I can get this dog off the thing.
And are you going to try flying it with the Neo soon?
No.
That's because they give you give it to you more as an FP or a camera
Yeah,
drone,
Leo gonna do
and
that.
then you have to unlock the FPV part of it. Like if you want to do the freestyle type prep.
You did. Yeah.
What's up, Warren? How's it going?
Morning,
Yeah,
Warren.
some-
Morning, Brenda. Morning, Jim. Morning, Edward. Morning,
Good morning,
Gitchy.
everybody.
I don't see any of those people in there. I see Warren.
What's going on with you?
Hodges is in there, Brenda's in there, and that's it. Just 3 people.
Paul Hodges is there?
Yeah, he's been coming in and out of the chat last few weeks. It's
All right.
Countrywide Aerials if you see him in the chat.
Okay.
He switched his channel name.
Really, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, a good host would have known that.
You talked to him like a few weeks ago when he was in the chat. I think
Yep,
you
he
did.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty sure you did. Said hi to him. Yeah, he changed his name a while back. He's been in and out of your chat a bunch of times in the past like month or so.
Well, Paul Hodges, we miss you. We miss a real host.
I agree.
Paul Murray, we love you.
Yeah, right. You tolerate me.
You heard what he said? Paul finally got it right. Finally got it right. We tolerate him.
Some breakfast here in a minute. Make some bacon and eggs.
But Lance, you know how when you like if you fly at the Meadow, they show a figure of supposed to be you standing on top of like a platform flying a drone.
Yep.
So it was right by the windmill, right in the very beginning of the Meadow. So I saw that and I said, well, let me try something. And I started coming down there and doing orbits around me, around the windmill first. Then I started doing in that little space orbits around me.
Yeah.
And I was able to do it about 3 or 4 times, and I got out of there. So I must be learning something.
Yeah.
But give me a real one. I don't know if it's going to be a complete different thing.
And see, the thing is, if you try with the Neo, it's not going to harm too much.
Well, my issue is I got to have I got the RC2, the DJI RC2, the one that goes with the Avata, not the Neo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
And I've been looking around for the 3, and I can't find it. Nobody's got it.
And will the 3 work with the Avata 2 if you get it or not?
Yeah, the 3 will. I was going to buy it the other day, and nobody's got it.
Okay.
Nobody's got what thing?
It's the DJI RC3, which is the FPV for the Avata 2 and the Neo.
Yeah, the new what the Mavic 4 came with.
The one with the Avata 2 came out with.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy it right off the bat, but I said, you know what? I like the motion controller, so I didn't spend the money. But
I remember when we had that conversation about buying it and you didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want it. Now that I've been in the sim with this one, I'm thinking about it. But I know if I think about it, I'll probably get out there and fly it. Start doing manual.
Okay, so the one you have in your hand works with what drone?
Avata, a regular Avata.
That's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't sell it with this kit because I wanted it to use for this.
Okay.
And I could always sell it later because people are still buying this one,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping Johnny's been getting the ones from Start RC to fly with the Sims. I was hoping to get another one, and I would just get that and sell this one,
Yeah.
What happened, Paul? Brenda's saying marine traffic wasn't happy. I'm glad you caught them.
What?
What's she talking about?
I don't know.
Brenda in the chat, she said Paul Murray, Marine traffic wasn't happy.
Oh,
the
yeah,
submarine.
they weren't
submarine that
happy. They weren't happy when they had two ships in the no two ship zone.
Oh, what did they see your video or something?
No. They were on the ships were talking to each other. The Herbert C. Jackson was following, and this other tug that pulled the Coast Guard cutter out pulled out in front of him, and the captain of the captain of the Herbert C. Jackson says, "Well, it would have been nice had you waited, because there's nothing I can do now. I'm headed upbound." And the captain of the tug said, "Well, not a problem. I'll get up to buoys 1 and 2 with the Coast Guard cutter in tow, and you can pass me on the left." And the guy Marine traffic that was the operator there, he says, "Well, you guys should know better than this."
Yeah, I don't know, that Coast Guard cutter's got somewhere to go. Fuck with the rules, they don't care.
Well, the thing is, it was under tow, so it's going to be service.
Yeah, Jonathan, he's out there skiing on the lake.
That's how I said, you think the FAA tells the Air Force what to do. You think they do. But
Yeah.
if they want to do something, they're going to fucking do it.
You got a point.
If it's a military branch and they want to move something, they're going to fucking move it. They might follow the FAA's rules as a courtesy. That's all it is at the end of the day. You know, that tug might have been told by the captain of that damn boat, I don't care if that ship's there, move it. You know? And what you gonna do? Who are you more afraid of? At that point.
Yeah. Members of the Coast Guard out there with AR-15s and all I'm saying, bitch, tell me something. What you got to say?
They're the only branch that actually is not managed. They're managed by Homeland Security, I think.
It's Homeland.
Yeah, they're not actually under the Department of Defense. They're the only one branch that's on its own. It's overseen by a different agency.
I knew somebody that put 20 years in that started out in the Marine Corps. He did 4 years in the Marines. He went over to the Army after the 4 years in the Marine Corps. Everybody thought he was crazy, but he had a plan. And 4 years after that, he went to the Navy. And 4 years after that, he went to the Air Force. And in the last 4 years, he was in the Coast Guard. Because the field he was in, they needed him in every branch. And he just flipped branches. So he was able to say when he retired, I've been in every branch.
I had two uncles that served in the Navy and in the Army back in like the 70s. They served in both branches. They did one tour in each branch.
And the ironic part is that they told him, every branch told him, since you were in the Marines, you don't have to go back to training. He said the hardest one was the Coast Guard. He worked on them for 2 years before he got to that point, before they let him go in. On his wall at home, he's got honorable discharges from everyone. And then there is Jason.
And the smallest, the Marines don't even have the smallest branch title no more. That goes to Space Force now.
Hey, Jason.
They only got
attention on deck.
15,000.
Carry on, gentlemen. Good morning.
He's like 15 or 18,000.
I do that to my son too, Jason, when he calls me.
Of course.
Well, he just does that out of respect because he doesn't want to get beat up by his kid.
There could be truth to that.
His boys are
Question
bigger
mark?
than him now.
A little bit.
What's
A
up,
little
Justin?
bigger than
Paul?
you.
Joe? I can't see who else is on right now.
Not much.
David?
Yeah, Justin came over last night after he worked on it. They were building the cabinets. They weren't just putting cabinets up. The guy cuts all the wood and they put them together. So he's learning how to do that right now. He's going to work with him for 2 more days. But he was in here. He came up last night to pick up some red beans and rice to eat. And so I
Nice.
gave it to him to take with him, right? And he said, I'm coming from the gym. I'll just pick it up and go. Because I got to go back early in the morning. I said, okay. So he was sitting here talking to me, and I could hear the voice being different, right? I said, what's the matter? Because I'm just thinking I'm leaving in about 10 days. He said, it's going to be hard to leave. He said, but I know it's going to be better. And my other son told me, he said, he's glad he's coming up there. He said, because it makes us feel a lot at ease when he leaves in August on the 9 months, the 6 to 9 months. He knows that Justin will be at the house. So you don't have to worry about his house in North Carolina.
Well, there's something to be, you will get a little sad when you move like that, but means your son really doesn't have a whole lot tying him down.
Yeah, that's the
He'll
whole
trust
thing.
when he gets there and he actually gets his new start going.
Well, he's gonna be
he'll
fine.
end up liking it. Yeah.
He's gonna be in New Bern, North Carolina. That's pretty close to Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA.
Yes,
Because
sir.
getting a fresh start is always nice at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's how it used to be. All I needed was a duffel bag,
Yeah. I lived like that for years.
Yep.
You moved around involuntarily. Military force you two, Jason.
Call post and get your
I was
information.
lucky. I had my choice of orders, and I
You
only
did.
really had 2 moves to make. I mean, I went from Annapolis, from the Naval Academy to Coronado. That was 1 move. Went out there with 1 duffel bag, left there with 2 duffel bags because of all the gear to Virginia Beach, and then I basically
Virginia,
just deployed.
USA.
But Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA, exactly.
Yeah, don't forget it, sir.
And then I was basically forward deployed from there while I was on active duty. And then we moved around a lot inside Virginia Beach, though, because I bought my first house in 2000, and then the next one after was 2003, and then 2005, and then we moved to New York City in 2007, and then back to Virginia Beach.
So I hated it growing up in my school because there was a small group of us where our parents were active duty. They just worked for the military. A lot of them are either retired, whatever.
Right.
And there was a small group of us that grew up around each other and knew each other. But the high school, man, there was just always new kids coming in and out all the time. And you'd get to know somebody and you'd really like them. And then, boom, they'd be gone.
Yep.
Halfway through the year,
Yep. And y'all didn't have Facebook back then, did you?
Not really, no. It was a lot harder keeping up with people back then. You had to have
you
some
had
kind
MySpace.
of phone number. Well, no, that would have been before MySpace.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah, I'm talking about like mid-90s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 90s. Yeah, we always lost a lot of students because we were like 90% of the school was military. Parents are either in the military or worked for the military.
Right.
So there was very
Where was
few.
that?
In California, right by Fort Irwin.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Oh.
Home, we would say home is where the Navy sends you, right?
Yeah, we got all the kids. Our school district had a lot of military kids in it from all the different bases around the area.
Yeah.
And Fort
It's
Irwin
funny.
had a
I
lot
moved to
of kids.
California. I bought a car, right? Just so I could drive around during training. And then when I was time to leave, I left my car there. I was like, yo, cousin, sell it for me. And he sold it. He's like, how do you want the money? I was like, just give it to my goddaughter. So
Nice.
it was a Honda Del Sol. I bought it for $5,000. I sold it for $5,000. Not too bad, you know. So made out.
That's like the
I don't
first
remember
thing
what
you
year it was.
see the young guys when they first join the military. It's the first thing you see them do. Go to the dealership. Let's get a Hellcat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, my uncle was I guess foreign cars mechanic. So he owned his own shop, and so he would go to the auctions all the time, buy and sell, buy, fix, sell. And so it was easy for he and well my cousin to basically sell it for me. In fact, my goddaughter just got called up to play for the Oakland A's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, first female, Kelsey Whitmore.
I knew somebody that was on the A's. Can't think of his name. He was a friend of my mom and my stepdad's. I can't think of his name, but they had a bunch of signed merchandise from him. So
Yeah,
they were friends with him.
dude, I just left Home Depot, and they've got tons of sales on tools, bro.
What'd you buy?
I was like, I only bought grout for my my what do you call it, my bathroom project, but I was like, oh, I could use one of those. I could use one of those.
Go back.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going back. Don't get me wrong. I didn't have time anymore to do. It's Home Depot. It's a toy store, you know. I'll go there just like,
Bro,
ooh, I could use this.
That little skill saw you bought. It needs some buddies to sit around in the garage for like a decade. You know, doesn't get a lot of light time with you.
Yeah, right. Well, my next tool is it's actually I was over there looking for a cutoff tool, but if Milwaukee's got the battery operated ones, I saw it online for it comes with 2 batteries for, you know.
Oh, is that the one that can
probably only
cut
got
through? Is it kind of like electric bolt cutters?
No, concrete is what I would use it for.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would put we had a steel one in the military, and we'd put a metal cutting blade on it and carry a concrete cutting blade if we needed it.
Right.
But yeah, and that's they wouldn't let me carry the chainsaw because it was too big, and I was short, dude. So whenever I'd fast rope with it on, I would always bury the blade or bend it. So they're like, all right, you're gonna be a quickie saw guy. So you just rig it with backpack straps and throw it on top, and that's what I fast roped out of the.
So you're going to carry the My Little Tykes tool set off the helicopter.
Yes, exactly.
But
it was the tool that everybody wanted to use because it was a fun tool versus the chainsaw. Although I would beg to differ, I like the chainsaw.
You know the one tool I bought that I thought I would not use a lot, and I ended up using it like 20 times was a fucking angle grinder.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I ended up.
100% agree. I use that to cut concrete tiles right now, or pavers.
Yeah, I used it for. Oh god, and I got it at Harbor Freight. They had a deal going, a Black Friday deal, and they only wanted $10 for it. For the
really,
and it was $10 for that, and then $10 for a 10-pack of blades, or something like that. And altogether, it was $20. Yeah, it wasn't battery operated; it was a plug-in, but I ended up using it a bunch of times.
Why is it called an angle grinder, though?
Because it grinds at an angle.
Yeah.
Multi-angle. Why don't you just call it a grinder? Handheld grinder. Mini rotary cutoff tool. Mr. Cut, MRCT, Mr. Cut.
There you go.
Oh man, making some bacon and eggs for breakfast. Got paper plates. Yes. I don't have to do any dishes. So you on your way to work or something, Jason? Hello.
We lost him.
Oh, you guys back?
Yeah,
We
we
can't hear you, Justin.
Oh, I was asking Jason if he was working today.
I found they got the controllers on eBay.
Are they a decent deal or what?
Regular price. Yeah, they're $199 brand new. It's $199.
They're used or they're
It
selling
says
new
new.
ones?
Says new.
Yeah, somebody got a pallet of them or something.
Yeah, it's a place in Fort Lauderdale. Is that where Dobo's place is at?
That'll surprise me.
Yeah, I could have it here in 3 days.
Where'd you say you asked whose places were?
Dobo.
He's in Tampa.
Yeah, but I thought he has the Drone Nerds or something like that down there.
No, that's a different company. No, he don't own that. He has Drone Works, and then you got Drone Nerds. They're two different companies.
Yeah, where's Drone Works at?
Drone Works is his. That's in Tampa.
Okay.
Drone Nerds is the other one that's down in Miami, I think. I think is where they're at.
They said I could get it on June 7th.
Boy, the camera and the Avata 2 is awesome.
It would be funny if you go through that thing, find out it's a harp.
I flew by it once before, making sure that there was no other weird wires or anything on it.
Yeah. Well, I did that with that big structure they got out at Fontainebleau Park. It's a big metal one. I flew by it twice to make sure I can get through it. And when I went through it the third time, as soon as I got to it, the drone must have picked up all that metal, and that was original Avata, and flipped around, hit the thing, and hit the ground. I mean, I got a red RC signal and just boom. There must have been something in that. I've never flown through it again. No, them birds.
Yeah, those birds like that drone.
They've got it on Amazon too. It says, doesn't say whether it's new or not though. All it says is sold by, returns, customer. Doesn't say where the freak. I don't say new.
It might just be a third party person selling it.
That's what it looks like, but it's cheaper. It's on sale right now for $183.
They're trying to get rid of it.
You have 5 left. FPV remote control 3.
How much?
$183.90.
Yeah, so $20 off, not quite 20 off, huh?
Now, what's the shipping on it though?
I'm Prime.
Oh, okay, you're on Amazon. Okay, I thought you were on eBay.
If I ordered it today, I'd have it Friday.
I thought you were on eBay still.
Isn't that what your neighbor said to you? That Joe, he's Prime.
He wishes his neighbor said that to him.
Hey, Joe, you never did tell us. Did you get a name off her or what?
Told you I got her name. I said her name the other day. Y'all don't listen. But you don't listen.
I don't remember.
I said, yeah, that's right. You don't listen.
Actually, I don't remember you saying that either.
I said Samantha.
Samantha, she was on what was that
Bewitched.
show?
Bewitched. I said it. You didn't listen.
Bewitched. Yeah, yep. So she bewitched you. All right.
No, she ain't witch. She ain't witch shit.
Wasn't there a character on Bewitched named Samantha?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Yeah, now they're just fucking with you, Jeff.
I think her
Oh,
name
no.
was Elizabeth Montgomery, her real name.
That's what I just said. He didn't listen. And Mudball's coming in to tell us, yeah, it was Elizabeth Montgomery.
And he's going to tell us all the other Samanthas that played in movies. Okay, go, Don, go. Tell us all of them. On YouTube.
Hello, Don.
Hello. Now am I working?
Now you're
There we go.
Now you're working.
Yeah. So who is Samantha?
Elizabeth Montgomery.
He played on Bewitched.
Oh. Yeah, I know that.
Well, we didn't doubt that you knew that. We were expecting a whole history lesson on.
Well, the thing that we found interesting is that Joe met her in person.
No, not her.
That's
It was Paul.
he was impressed by her, right, Joe?
Paul either lying or going off on saying false accusations.
Well, you said you ran into Samantha.
If I ran into Elizabeth Montgomery, that'd be a whole different story.
Man, Joe got real quiet all of a sudden.
Yep. He's reading his love letters.
So this Samantha, what was her pre-op name?
Oh, for fuck's sake. There it is.
I knew something was coming. He hangs around with Fisheye too long.
No, you ever have one of those days that it's just like a ton of things and
Yeah,
it's the nightmare, but you're just firing on all cylinders. You're like, yeah, all right, we're getting stuff done. Even though it's all going to crap, but you think you're really accomplishing crap. I've been having one of those days.
Just one?
Just one of those days. I can only have one of them at a time. That's a good thing. No matter how bad or how good your day is, you can only have one of them at a time. So anything exciting happening today with everybody? I heard the drama
You're
with the
looking
two
at
chefs.
all the excitement that we can handle right here.
I joined in thinking, man, I hit a dead moment. And I thought, man, I can just join in and entertain myself for a few minutes while I'm doing some boring stuff.
Yeah, Paul's excitement is going to happen in a little while. He took some Ducalife.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna finish watching that Aaron Hernandez TV
Who?
show today. Aaron Hernandez, about the football player. They did a show about it. It's pretty
Really?
interesting. That's pretty good so far. He was the one that got in trouble for, like, he had everything going for him. The dumbass
Yep.
wanted to run around acting like he was a gangster,
That dude
living on the
was
streets,
crazy.
and he killed somebody and killed 2 people. Lost his career and everything.
And then killed himself in jail.
Did he end up killing himself? I haven't gotten
Yeah.
that far. Damn it, Lance.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers.
Oops.
Oh,
No, no. He tried and he was not successful.
Sound like Lance making something up now.
Yeah, they New England Patriots went through a string of good tight ends for sure. Gronkowski and him and
Well, they have a documentary on Netflix that explains everything more as a documentary, but then on Disney Plus, they actually have a TV show that they made around it. Yeah, that kid had everything going for him, though. And he just pissed it all away. And how many people told him, stay out of trouble, stay out of trouble?
Okay, what is the
Can I ask a selfish question? Could we get high-speed rail?
So if you listen, I asked that question because it would be great. I would say, it happens, and that track, meanders, from Newark to Jersey.
what is the weird number there for?
Oh, shoot. They got it at Adorama.
Well, I just got my excitement. I need to put you guys on mute.
Well, after the conversation you and Dre had about Adorama yesterday, they might not have it in stock. I'm just saying
They
they're
have it
having it.
used. They have it used Excellent Plus
Yeah.
for $179.
Postponing us just plan. Bill, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it. This massive, outrageous, force-built congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination.
Lord, help them take some of that shit out of it.
Now you might as well scoop it up, dude, because you're probably not going to find it much cheaper than that.
Yeah, I know.
Worst case scenario, send it back if it don't work.
Yeah, I said add it to cart, and I hit buy it, and it said $1,218. I looked up there, I got I had another drone sitting in there.
No, check this shit out. Sarah comes to me the other night and she goes, I need you to send me whatever money you got on your PayPal card. I said, why? I said, I thought you had $100 on your one card and you were going to the store to get some last minute groceries. She says, I did, but I was on Shein and I accidentally bought a bunch of stuff. I was like, what do you mean you accidentally bought something? And she's like, my finger slipped on the buy button. I said, oh, bullshit. She ended up taking all my money too. So I know damn well your butt, and she was trying to be serious too. It's like I didn't mean to buy it.
So it didn't work?
What?
So it didn't work.
No, it's good.
What did you replied? That's okay, honey. You deserve it.
No, she said this to my face.
That's what I'm saying. But that was should have been your response.
No, my response is you're full of crap. You didn't actually buy anything. Like on Amazon, you don't accidentally swipe to buy it now, but you go out of your way to make that action.
That's what Joe does.
He's using you of a
Hey,
lot of things.
You want to
Jeff.
hear the best? With the points and everything I got, I can get it for 169.
Hey, that's not bad, dude. You might as well just go ahead and get that.
Yeah, for 169, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, it's not a big like a fucking make or break you savings, but
How fast is it going to ship to you?
2 days.
Wow. You'll have it by the weekend.
How much did you get it for? 146, you said?
I'm getting it for one. Find the price when it breaks down. Hold
Look
on.
at those colorful spreadsheets. Okay, why do you have black market written on your board up there?
Because
what's your company actually doing? You guys sell
we have a fireworks stand around here. They're black market fireworks.
This thing,
Donna's
all
got to keep
kind of
up with all the
bullshit.
payoffs for the local authorities.
Yeah, the way they got this thing written out is kind of crazy. Let me try to figure out what it is. Because it's telling me all kind of different things.
I just noticed that black market. I was trying to read what was under it, see if it was a bunch of like computer components or something.
You're reading my shit, man. That's proprietary.
You're the one that's got the camera moving all over the place.
I'm getting it for 143.90.
That's not bad, dude. Almost $60 savings, just about.
Yeah, because I got $30 in points. Then if I get with the credit card, it's gonna give me 5% more.
Oh, yeah, you can't complain about that. It's a good deal.
And I got buyer protection on it.
You have to pay extra for that or no?
$3.
Oh, that's not bad, man.
And that's for loss, theft, or damage.
But you could also file that with your drone insurance, right?
I wouldn't cover it. There's no reason to cover that. But this way, if something happens to it, I just tell Adorama.
Yeah, but isn't your drone, when you register a drone, isn't it like all the accessories, everything included with it?
Basically.
Like if you just jump off and like say you accidentally step on your controller, you're walking across the house and you accidentally step on it and break it or something.
Yeah.
I would assume
I
that
hope
would
so.
be cut. Well, I'm saying I would assume that would be covered with your actual drone. Man, it's kind of like saying an insurance company says, I'm going to insure your car, but not the wheels on it.
Yeah, total price is 160.93. That's what it is. It's with tax and everything.
That's a $40 savings from brand new.
Well, it's
Oh
actually
no, about 50 because if you bought new, you'd still have to pay taxes and all that.
yeah, it's about $50 off.
Yeah.
It's due for July.
Yep, I just ordered it.
So yeah, Amazon's new Amazon haul is literally buying from the same manufacturers as Temu and Wish. It's the same shit. Which I don't mind shopping for, little cheapy things here and there that I might find useful. I don't mind buying shit like that from Amazon, but I don't really like Temu or Wish. Their sites seem so sketchy.
Yeah, the thing it made me pull the trigger is I had $30 in credit. I didn't even think I had that.
I've never shopped with them before.
Yeah, when you buy something, you get points, and it goes towards credit towards you have. And when I bought my all my lighting system for my portable lights, when I looked up, I had like $180 worth of credit left over.
I wish Amazon would do a rewards program like that. Because as much shit as I bought, dude, I should have gotten something for you by now.
So you know what that means, huh? I got the RC3 coming in. You know what that means, right? That means that now I can technically take the Neo outside and fly it Acro. Or the Avata 2.
Yeah, question is, are you going to then?
No, I'm telling you what I'm doing. You see this controller? I'm selling it now. That's the other thing. I'm going to sell the RC2 remote control because I don't need this one. I only use it for the sim. The way I could use it for the sim on the other one.
To Adorama?
Yeah.
Well, then turn around and send that one in as you're waiting for the other one to come in. Boom, just covered even more cost of the controller.
Yeah, see what they want to give me for it.
How much is that controller now?
About $199. Might be able to get 100 for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say
if I got 100 for it, I take it. But right now, I got to see if it's hard to find. I'll sell it outright. See what they offer because they tell me how much it costs online. They'll tell me that.
Just look on eBay. If there's not a lot of people selling on eBay, that's the place to put it.
Oh yeah,
because that means it's going to go really quick if not a lot of people are selling them. You have a better chance of it flying out into the mail a lot quicker. Somebody.
Yeah, $159 on eBay.
Yeah, go on there and put yours for like $139 and undercut them by like 10, 20 bucks.
Hey, Justin.
What?
You don't have a Prime account with Amazon?
Yeah, but it does. Yeah, why?
No, you're talking about you wish you'd get points because
you got an Amazon card. You do.
Yeah, if you got an Amazon credit card, I don't have a credit card.
Okay, if you have an Amazon credit card through their Prime account, you get points now. I mean, there's stuff I have paid pennies on the dollar because I've had so much stuff built up in points.
Oh, yeah. I just said it would be nice if they had some kind of little rewards program for just all Prime members. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
you didn't have to have a credit card.
Sometimes I don't even think about it because I have different credit cards tied to my Amazon stuff that when I look at it, I say, oh, I got like 40, 50 bucks on here. And this stuff I've gotten pretty much for nothing.
What's the rates on that card? Because I know a lot of the store cards, it's up there like 24, 25%.
Well, everybody's kicked their cards up since January. Everybody's kicked their cards up
Store cards have always
20%
been a
higher.
little high though.
Yeah, 20. I mean, most of them are hovering around 29, almost 30% now.
Yeah, I'll stay away from store credit cards. They'll get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Give me a credit card to Micro Center, I might go bankrupt.
Mhm. But there's a lot of times I bought stuff for, like I say, $10. It might have been $50, but I had, $50 in credit on the Amazon account. I'm like, oh, let me use these things. The only thing I'm paying for is the tax.
Last credit card I had was about 7 years ago and had $1,000 limit. I used it a couple times, paid it off, and I never used it again. And I haven't had a credit card since.
That's a good thing, dude. If you don't have to, if you can live life without them, do it.
I've got a couple credit cards and I never carry a balance on it, hardly. It's only for an emergency. But every once in a while we'll put something on it and pay it off within like a month or two and it's gone. And they keep on upping that limit. They just want me to spend money. They keep upping it. It's like people. Have you noticed I never use it?
Mm-hmm.
Or rarely use it.
And there are some companies that if you don't use it, they'll close your account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we use it a few times a year, and it's usually okay. Well, we could probably pay cash for that. Let's go ahead and put it on the card, and we'll just pay it off next month.
Yeah. But there are some cards I just can't wait to pay off and to give them the big finger. Say, close my account. That's what I felt about when I paid that B&H card up. I'm like, screw you guys.
Actually, Amazon tried to give me a credit card a couple weeks ago, and I just declined it. But good.
I need a haircut. I'm thinking, how would I look if I went the Dre route and just shaved it all off? This gorgeous head of hair. But would that be a waste? Would that be wrong to cut
hair?
this mane off my head?
I don't know about mane.
Oh, it's a mane. Look at that. It's a mane.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a mane when you had a mullet.
It's not a mullet. I can't do a mullet.
Yeah.
I mean, I could if I really wanted to and had no pride, but
every once in a while,
and your wife will refuse to go out in public with you.
But no, I'm thinking, I've got hair, and a lot of people don't, and they would they be upset if I went ahead and just shaved it when I didn't have to?
You can donate it to Lots.
I say it's your call, dude. Your call, your look.
How do you think I'd look?
No. You almost got a pinhead, dude.
Look at that. That is. Yeah, we wouldn't do that. That wouldn't look good at all.
Actually, you kind of look like one of those guys with the slick back hair with the man bun.
Wow.
Sometimes I look at it, I see like Dre, I'm thinking, man, that would save like an extra couple minutes in the morning.
Well, all depends how fast your hair would grow, because you might have to shave it a couple times in a week.
Couple minutes, my ass. I've seen him come in here with messy hair when he just got out of bed and then ran his fingers through it and it just laid down perfect.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, we'd walk in and get on the camera. I'm like, what's up with your hair? And he'd just real quick.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like a model swinging in slow motion her hair.
You talking about Paul?
I'm too old to do that kind of crap. I'm gonna throw my neck out. I'll make a joke, be like, I can't move.
Probably already did and you didn't realize it.
Oh, yeah, I'll find out tonight. All right. back to concentrating. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba.
So, what time's the thing today, Dre? You know, for the
Don't know. I've been checking. It's gonna pop up on YouTube somewhere. Presidential emergency something.
Oh, he's
And I
gonna
haven't
probably
seen
have that
anything
on
yet.
TV.
What's that?
most.
He'll probably be on television with it because he usually wants to have the limelight.
Well, I've
That's what I'm
noticed
saying.
that
Usually the CBS News on YouTube, they have a live feed. Anything the president comes out, they pop it on.
I've noticed if he does executive orders while he's out and about, like on the plane, he'll do them in the midday. And then if
He
he's
does
doing
them
them from
in-
the Oval Office, he'll usually do them in the evening time,
Yeah.
late afternoon.
So like I said, we all have to wait and see what it's actually going to be. There is a whole lot of speculation going around. That's why I haven't said much about it, because it was never clear cut what was the
Yeah.
objective.
Mm-mm.
But everybody's doing their best analysis, I would say, of what they think it is. Like I say, it could be which don't make much sense. Why you got to do an executive order to tell one of your agencies to do the security check? That doesn't require executive order when it's already in a passed bill. All you got to do is pick the phone up and tell somebody to get it done. So, I mean, I think there's
Maybe
going to be
executive order is just more of a push, maybe legally.
well, like I said,
Maybe it's more of a.
it's already a passed bill. So why you got to do an executive order on an already passed bill?
I mean, there's got to be a reasoning for it that we
Well,
just
that's what
don't
I said.
understand.
I think there's got to be more to this to be included. And I guess I hope people like Marcus and who else was saying, what was name, Bill last night, we're all talking about.
Yeah.
I said, I hope it does put some clarity, because like I said before, when this whole thing with customs started propping up, will people not be able to get their items? I said, it needs to be a clear cut policy.
Well, and it could be for the cameras, maybe to just come out and say, look, I'm signing it. They're looking into it. This is it. You know, maybe it's more just for the public to know what's going on. I don't know.
Like I said,
we won't know until it happens. I've
Right.
stopped trying to predict what the president is going to do any 5 seconds.
Mhm. That's what I said. That's why I haven't said a word about it too much. I'm just hoping that it does clarify a lot of things on a lot of levels, as far as the customs issues that people are still having. I hope this whole thing with the security check, which, just put some clarity, because right now everything is cloudy, and that's why I'm kind of glad some of these influencers are finally admitting that there is a problem and we may not be able to get some of these products.
You know what? One thing I do like talking about influencers, Dre, is how the White House is now allowing influencers to come in and ask questions, not just the big media guys. Like, there's a lot of guys that are running YouTube channels that are very news oriented, and they're able to get in there now. And
yeah, but that's
but that's the way the world's going, though. Most people are watching their news on social media.
I have no problem with the platform. It's just the ones who are being selected.
No way.
That's my thing. If you're going to start having social media people get a seat at the table, great. But don't sit there and handpick the people that only like you.
Well, that's true too. I don't know if they've had any opposition on that.
Yeah, that's what the ones.
They may. I
I've
don't know if they
of,
have or not. But
yeah, all the ones I've heard of have all been.
I'm just saying,
Trump supported channels.
To me, that's just opening the door for more little guys to come in and be able to make a name.
Yeah, like I say, I agree with the ideal, but don't
That's
stack
all
the
I
deck.
like it.
Yeah,
No, I
stack
get what
the
you're
deck.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with you. But I just like the fact that they were allowing that, though, because it's kind of unheard of. They've never done that before.
Like we all say, social media is the new network TV.
Yep.
And like I say, and the thing is here, when you have a large swath of the population that only gets their news or information from social media, it's nice for them to be able to have access to those who are in a position of power and making decisions to get a very accurate, information feed. I tell
Right.
people, I said, when you see a live interview, you can nail people down. I say, hey, this is what he said live. This is not somebody's interpretation. You can hear it for what he says right out of their mouth. Period.
Right.
You know, and go from there. But a lot of times, even with the regular network TV or especially with the social media, it's all about how they want to skew it to meet their narrative or whatever case may be. That's why a lot of times that's why clickbait is such a problem, because they'll put a headline up there to get everybody's attention and click on it, and they're like, this had nothing to do with the headline said. So you get a bunch of clickbait for nothing. For the influencer, whoever, they get a lot of stuff, and the channel gets boosted because all these people came in there and they thought they was going to hear something significant or got some real meat, potatoes information, and it's a bunch of fluff.
So have you seen this thing that a lot of the more media type influencers have been pushing called All Sides?
I haven't seen his. I've seen the ones, and actually I avoid them. I avoid them because a lot of times out of 10, it's so skewed to one side or another.
Well,
It's
see,
like,
this one will show you stories from both sides on the same issue.
Yeah.
And what it does is it tries to find things that social media is blocking you from seeing because of your preferences.
Right.
So if you just want to see pro-Republican or pro-Democrat stuff, that's what they're going to show you a lot of.
Yeah.
So this one will give you the news story from the right, from the center, and from the left. Supposedly, so far, that particular platform, All Sides, has had rave reviews as far as getting people more seeing each other's sides a little better.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always said. Most people only just want to hear the facts. Just tell me the facts of the matter and let me decide
Right.
how I want to interpret it or how it goes along with my own personal thinking process. And that's why I always tell people you gotta be careful where you get your news from. I always tell people go to multiple sources. So a site like that is perfect, where it gives you different views from all the viewpoints, and you can go from there.
Yeah, that's what that one does. They will give you like the CNN story on a particular matter, and it'll give you, say, like what they would consider Fox being right. They'd give you that news story, and then they'd explain both of them in depth. And that's kind of what that site does.
Yeah.
Which I haven't signed up for, but I want to. I've been thinking about signing up
I'm
for
gonna
it.
have to give them a look, but I know there's so many on YouTube, particularly, which is the one I preview the most. But like I say, I see where it comes from, and it's always the same mess. And I'm like, I won't even waste my time, entertaining what they have to say, because the headlines don't match the message. And now everybody's using chat AI generated graphics and stuff, and I'm like, come on.
AI is being used a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say anything because I've played around with the tons.
Just like right here, it says whoever this guy, and this is a new guy, he's out of Vegas, called the Drone Geek, and on his little thumbnail he says Trump banning DJI and Autel, and it shows a picture, an AI picture of Trump holding the black folder like an executive order, and it looks like either JD Vance or some other character leaning in, and he says, will Trump ban DJI and Autel with an executive order? Question mark, exclamation point. Let's remain calm and whatever else. It says,
yeah, and there's no even truth to that statement at all.
Yeah.
He hasn't banned shit there. He hasn't even signed anything yet.
But I've been watching this guy because he just started his channel less than, I say, 6 months ago.
He clickbaiting the hell out of people.
Yeah, and he's been doing this. He's been announcing all these new products coming out that no one, even before the regular leakers leak out pictures, he's been using chat, what do you call it, AI generate chat stuff to show an offshoot of what the new drone is and looks like, and all this kind of stuff. And I said, me, that just kind of turns me off, because all you're doing is trying to get clicks. You got no meat to what you're saying, and you listen to him, and it's all it's all fluff.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
hate clickbait videos.
Yeah.
Or when and then sometimes it's just the thumbnail is just overdone. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you didn't need to go all crazy with the thumbnail.
Yeah. So it's like I say, just you kind of like gotta watch what's what. And don't get sucked down a rabbit hole. And that's what gets a lot of people. And I mean, even my dad is notorious for that. He'll be on the internet looking at something to catch his eye, and next you know he's 4 or 5 clicks, pages deep, and then it's one of those scams, you know. And I got talking back off the ledge and tell him, hey, just go to the upper right corner and hit X. Shut down the whole browser, reboot the computer, start all over again. Because now they're trying to tell him that he needs to call a number or give people access and stuff. I'm like, nope. We're gonna nip this in the bud right now. But just about anything that you follow, I mean, like me, I'm a big Formula One fan, but there's been a lot of new channels that have been flooding YouTube about Formula One, about what happened in the races, and they always got some so-called fake controversy going on. And then when if you happen to click on one, and within the first minute or two, you know what is this nonsense? This has nothing to do with what you said.
Oh, it's just like some of the body cam footage is the same way. Like they'll be like the title will say cop knocks woman into barbecue, and the thumbnail will be showing the cop smacking the lady with the barbecue, and I'm like, the fuck. And then you watch it, and the lady just tripped into the barbecue. The cop didn't even touch it.
Yeah. And I was about to say the same thing. They talk about, probably giving information on whatever last event happened, and it's old clips from last year's, series or whatever. I'm like, come on, dude.
Oh yeah, it was like right before.
Still photos.
Well, that was like there was a bunch of videos like the few days after Trump won the election, right? There was already videos going up saying, "Oh, wall's being built again," and it was showing all this footage of the wall going up. And the thing was, it was footage from 4 years before that,
right?
And they were trying to get clicks by saying, "Oh, the wall's going back." No, it ain't.
Right. Because that's what a lot of people want to see happening. So you clickbait them, and then when they click on there, it's not what it's really on. You talk about, oh, the wall is supposed to be resuming, and we're supposed to be getting new funding, supposed to be, and I said that's not what your thumbnail said.
Oh, it doesn't even. Some of them don't even say that. They just literally showing clips of the crews putting the wall up from 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really stupid. Yeah, those videos annoy the crap out of me.
All kind of stuff. It's like I try to catch stuff on the NFL and see what's going on. And that's just like a soap opera now. Who will Aaron Rodgers sign with the Steelers? It's like if I were the Steelers, I'd have moved on to somebody else weeks ago. I'm like, dude, either sign a contract or you can go retire. I'm not going to sit around and play games with you so you can avoid showing up for OTAs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's all it is. I said he just avoids having to show up for stuff he don't like to do.
You're not that good anyway.
I said I'll give him his due. I mean, he's a baller. I said he used to be a baller. He's one of the top-notch people, but like you say, he's not what he used to be. Yeah, he's not what he used to be. So now it's like, oh, I'll sit there and hang out in the winds and chill. I don't have to go to, most of the veterans don't go to the voluntary OTA, but then you got camp showing up here in the end of July, coming into August. And I said, dude, you ain't done nothing with the people you're gonna be playing with. And that position.
Wait, hold on, who are we talking about?
Talking about Aaron Rodgers right now. Steelers. I'm just saying about you get all this stuff about the NFL, and I want to hear, what's going on, who's on what teams, all this kind of stuff. And you get a lot of clickbait crap, especially you get a lot of people from overseas trying to be the fake ESPN or NFL stuff. And all they're trying to do, they'll let you watch about 5-10 minutes of the actual broadcast, and then they'll switch over to some of them doing some basket weaving.
Oh,
I'm like, what the heck is this?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and about the thing is here, they get credit for the whole time you watched because it's on their channel. And all I saw was, a lot of times all I see is the thumbnail. I said, oh, they're going to talk about something I'm interested in. Let me click in and then kind of find out this is not NFL Network. This is not the regular ESPN. They just, copy the show.
After 5 minutes goes to basket weaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
hell?
Hey, Dre, Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers and Paul have something in common. They're not what they used to be.
And Joe, you're 100% right, because as you get older, as you well know, you're not the way you used to be.
That's right. I'm better.
Uh-huh.
I'm still active. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be in 3 years, but I'm active right now.
Joe, you just think you're happy.
No, I said I'm active, and I am happy.
So when's Justin officially leaving? You got an official move date or what?
He leaves the 13th.
You want to take him out to dinner before he leaves?
That's what I'm trying to find out, if we're going to get together, the family.
Oh, you should go to you and him should go out to that steak place that you have.
I'm telling you, I ought to get him to go to that steakhouse, use that $100 gift card I got.
That's what I'm saying.
Or I could tell him to leave and I could eat it myself.
There you go. I was gonna say you can just take them to the drive-through. Say keep on pushing.
I can't do that. They got takeout, right? And they've got.
No, I'm just saying any restaurant. They say just go to the drive-through and let me out, and you just keep on rolling.
You got a point.
My car is parked around the corner.
But Keith Young Steakhouse, I got two $50 gift cards. I checked them; they're still good, right? I've had one for a year, and the other one was just given to me again. I'm gonna tell them quit giving me that, because every time I go over there to buy something, they tell me delivery's around back. You look at my car and say, you got to go around back to deliver.
Oh, man.
You're
I even went there with a tux on and they told me delivery's around back.
Service staff doesn't enter in the front, sir.
Yeah.
Won't even let me in the parking lot. Damn.
Oh, dude, that's like when I used to go to Ruth Chris in Orlando. Dude, you could pull up there in a brand new like Honda Accord, 2025, and you'd feel like absolute dog shit pulling in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Nothing but like $200,000, $500,000 cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, I was gonna take my wife to Ruth Chris a while back. She said, "Oh no, we ain't." She said, "Just to order the meat's almost $100. You ain't ordered the vegetables yet."
Dude,
I called that other day and the burgers were $42.
I went there for two different private parties where they rented out one of the private dining rooms and we had our own staff and everything. It was pretty good.
Oh, nobody complains about the quality of the food. The food is good, but the price is very, very high.
Oh yeah, it is for sure. Because the guy that threw the party that me and Sarah went to, that was like almost 15,000 at the end of the night. That he spent on the private dining room and the private dining staff and all that.
Right. Yeah.
Him and his wife actually had to buy the $100 bottle of wine at the very end because they were like $100 under the mat or the minimum they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
You know how you like your job? Maddie that used to be on the cheerleaders over at Slidell. She's one of the reporters for Fox 8, right? And anchor on weekends. And I'm gonna get her for this. I'm gonna say, I saw you dancing out. She's on the thing and she's got a mic like this and she's got a mic like this, she's waiting to come on and she's going. Then she pops right into it.
Yeah.
So she was dancing to something. I saw you being unprofessional out there dancing around. They caught you.
Yeah. Well, another restaurant that we've been about 2 times called Fleming's, which is it's right there, almost same level as Ruth Chris, called Fleming's, and you'll walk out of there about $200 light.
And Joe, that sounds like a case of blackmail. Be careful, that's illegal.
No, I'm not doing that to her.
So I'm gonna tell everybody you were out there dancing.
I'm sure
I got
Joey's
a
the
clip.
only
I
one that
clipped it.
saw it. They got it on camera. I see it sometimes.
Yeah, I clipped it.
They be doing something else or whatever else, and all of a sudden they say the camera be like like that and be like, "Oh, welcome back."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they don't realize that they're back on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit happens.
Just like the couple of news girls that I saw when I was in Vegas doing news stories, they always got out of the van and they would be dressed up from the waist up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't there they'd have like a pair of shorts and some flip flops on, but then they'd all have like a business suit type outfit on the top. They weren't planning on going out of the the frame of themselves.
Yeah, the average price for that controller I'm going to sell is about $130 on eBay. So I stuck it out there for that, and then I put it on Marketplace for $150. See if somebody will drop it down. They got a couple of drone swap shops here and stuff like this.
Are you doing local pickup only though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, if I got to ship, it's $10 more. But I told them.
I don't ship anything on Facebook, or I don't buy anything that has to be shipped. I just do local stuff if I use that.
Yeah, they got a lot of people around here might need it, so it's like we got more FPV flyers around here than they have camera drone flyers.
Did that
But
guy?
shoot, if I got the other one for 160. If I get 140 for this, that's not a bad change. Right?
Nope.
Did that guy that you sold the Avatas to? Did he know you kept it?
No.
Yeah, you call him up and be like, "Yo, somebody gave me or I have an old controller. If you want to buy it, tell him to ship it to him."
Well, he's on Oh shoot, I'll drive up there. It's only 17 minutes away. That give me another excuse to fly in that area. I'll go on there on the Thursday and just go to Honey Island Swamp Rifle Range. And go out there and shoot my gun. Honey Island Swamp, they have a pistol and rifle range out there. And you have to be on Honey Island. It's a wildlife refuge. You have to have at least a fishing or hunting license, or you're not allowed on there, right? So you got to have that. You got to sign in when you get there, put all your details on a little card they give you, and you drop it in the box. And then when you come out, you got to drop it back in the box. And what they do is that they come out because they close it off at nighttime. And they come out and they grab all these things, and if it's missing, they go looking for you. They don't want you to stay in there. But if you go to their rifle range, it's only open like 4 days a week. It's like if you have the license, you go out there and use their range, $1, $1.
Oh, that's not
and you can
bad.
stay out there all day for $1. They got a bunch of volunteers that were former military that are out there. They run it just like a rifle range. When you cease fire, you step behind the red line. You get anywhere next to that weapon, man, they'll kick you off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't touch it, nothing. They come check everything, make sure everything's clear. Just like being in the military.
Well, that's the way you should be running your.
No, they do it good too.
Anybody does anything stupid, it's automatic. Get the fuck out. You don't have time to deal with that. There needs to be no second chances when you're doing something dumb. Like if it's like just a pure accident, that's one thing. But
yeah,
if you're outright just like, holding a handgun and holding it sideways and pointing it at people, joking around, your friends, buddies there with you.
Yeah.
That
Andrea
kind of
noticed
shit,
what's that machine gun that comes on like a tripod that's got the handles? Is that 50 cal?
That's the 50 cal.
Yeah. They had a guy out there with that one day. Yeah.
Brought a 50 cal to a range?
He brought a 50 cal to the range. And they made him go on a rifle side. They made him go, it was on a pistol side further back because they got a better burn back there. So he said, you can shoot it, but you got to do it over here. I'll put it this way. I was on the other end. I was about 10 slots from him to watch him. And I was shooting with the kids. And this guy sat there and he's got all the straps in it. He's got all the stuff. Got big ammo cans. They came out with about 9 ammo cans. This guy must have had money.
Big
money. He set that thing in there. He sat there. They said, range is hot. He goes, And we all said to stop. You can feel the vibration way over here.
Yeah, you can feel the vibration and the concussion of that thing recoiling, putting all that pressure out.
Yeah, look at this guy right here. There's a big boy right here. Look at he
Yeah, look
magged
at
up
that.
this bit.
That's a sniper rifle there.
Yeah,
That's a
sniper
50
rifle,
cal right there.
Yeah,
He
so
magged.
50 cal sniper rifle.
That's not good.
He's fucking magged up.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah,
but
that's badass.
dude right there too, though. Like not, and very few people would be able to hold that gun like that and not get thrown on their ass. That dude was putting all his weight and muscle into that.
He's not telling everybody how bad his shoulder hurt.
Because that dude looked like he was probably 6'5", 6'6",
I'll tell you,
350
he
pounds.
had to use his other hand from then on.
Yeah, I got a chance to fire with, the regular ones, out in the desert, 29 palms. It's smooth. Put on that tripod. That thing is a smooth weapon to fire and stuff.
Well, all his shells hit the ground and all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his son walked over and was picking them all up. And one of my boys walked over and said, "Can I get one of those?" And the guy looked over at my son. He said, "I usually reload them, but I'll give y'all each one."
Warren said, "Good job in your last video, Paul." With the Coast Guard boat.
Yep.
I shot a Desert Eagle once, and I'll tell you what. Oh my god, dude, that fucking thing kicked.
Thank you.
But like I said, a regular 50 cal machine gun is so heavy as a piece of equipment. Is the weight of it, of the barrel, the whole, upper and lower receiver of it. It's heavily planted.
Well,
it ain't going anywhere.
Isn't that the gun, Dre, you see in movies where it's mounted on a great big thing in the back of the truck? And
It's usually was on Humvees and stuff like that, and
right,
might be on top of a tank. They might have one.
And
now they're all fucking remote controlled. Now you see them now.
Yeah, I seen where the guy doesn't have to get out; he can control it from inside.
Yeah, the turret, the whole turret's just nothing but a bunch of cameras and shit, and sensors and everything.
Well, that was a very popular gun in World War II, right?
Yeah, World War II. A lot of them had the 30 cal World War II. That was water cooled. The 50 cal, well, that was mainly stuck in a lot of the aircraft in World War II. The 50 cals were, but they had a few pieces of ground equipment, troop equipment that had them.
You're talking about the ones that had like the big barrels, or they had the big tanks around the barrels. They were real bulky. Because they were water cooled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those were the 30 cals. And the barrel, like I said, the barrels would get real hot and stuff. That's why they were water cooled. Yeah.
Don't they have to do that with mortar launchers too?
Anything that fires projectile, if you put too many rounds to it too fast, it will overheat the barrel and cause the barrel to warp. All that kind of stuff. I don't care if it's even a pistol. You keep clocking too many rounds, getting them high capacity magazines, and you start clicking off rounds, it will, like I say, overheat on you. And with machine guns, you have the problem of rounds prematurely cooking off because of the amount of heat.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not with the 60 cal. We ran them things so hot, man. You can actually see the rounds going out the barrel.
Wow.
The barrel will be so hot, you can see the rounds going out the barrel.
That's cool. Scary but cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they keep going straight.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you hear those, in the movie, they're talking about guys talking about, get over here and piss on the tube, piss on the barrels. That's the real deal. That's why they had to stop the original M16. When I first came in, we had the original ARs, and then I think within the first year or so I was in, they changed it to the A2s, where they
Yeah.
instead of going full automatic, they went in that 3-round burst to stop people from screwing the barrels up.
Well, not only that, like in Vietnam, their main problem is there was a lot of ammo just being wasted because
Well,
guys
that
would
too.
just start unloading in the tree lines.
Right. But that's always the thing, as you fire more rounds more rapidly, the natural instinct because of the recoil action, you start to rise up. The
Right.
barrel starts rising up and stuff. So you cannot be as accurate. And that's just part of the of the 3-round burst on the A2 was to maintain better accuracy and not to have the barrels get melted and warped.
Yeah, it forces you to be a little bit more
Fire discipline.
strategic about your shots
Yeah.
instead of just blind firing.
Yeah, we used to use the term fire discipline.
Yeah, because that's going to make you look down the scope and try to find somebody versus just blind firing into wherever.
Like I said, when the bullets are coming back at you the opposite direction, you ain't trying to find nobody. You're just trying to not get hit.
You're hoping you hit somebody.
Yeah.
Tell you what I was impressed with, that 357 Magpul I got, that 2-inch barrel. I had never shot it, and I had it for almost a year, and had never gone to the range with it. And I sat here, I liked it was nice and pretty and silver, And when my son came in and we went out to Folsom, I took it out there and I took 53 57s and 38s, 50 of those. And I said, well, let me try with the 38s first. And I said, well, it's not that bad. Because I figured there's going to be a lot of recoil. And it's got a deflector right in the top of the barrel at the end where it's got, I think it's 8 little holes to deflect when it goes through, push it so it doesn't give you that much recoil. And I said, well, this don't feel as bad as I thought. I said, shoot, I got a 9mm kicks more than this. So I'll put the 357 in there, and it didn't make a difference. I was impressed that it had not a lot of recoil in my hand.
Yeah.
A lot of new guns, they've gotten really good at being able to disperse the recoil, or so you don't have it as bad with a lot of newer guns.
Earthy, trying to go ahead. We just at 41 and 2, 4 hours to the level.
We're on day 2 with the vegetable diet of my dogs. And it's pretty good. I mean, she doesn't like it. She likes the food. She likes it, but she's not getting enough. She knows it. And she's up here begging. But she came up like this morning, and I got some broccoli out of the thing. Walked over, handed it to her. She ate it. She loves it. That's what I mean. She loves it. I put that little line of food in the dish, put a little bit where she eats it on the floor. And she ate that. She's laying down sleeping. She's good.
Good. Like I said, it's like us as humans, it's more about the flavor than it is the substance. As long as you can satisfy your taste buds, you're golden and stuff. That's always been the problem with diets and stuff. If people don't like the taste of the diet food or not be able to eat what they usually eat, and that's what caused them not to be able to stay on the diet. It's not because of anything else. It's that they don't get the satisfaction of the flavor of the food that they are eating. And that's why I tell people most times that there is no real secret to losing weight. It's just a matter of I say your output outweighs your input.
Yeah.
You're more active, you do more stuff, and you don't put as much stuff in you. And that's basically it.
Everybody in the chat talking about Paul sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
I was
he wouldn't
playing-
caught that ship, it
Get
would
a
have
little
woke him
nappy
up.
poo in there, huh, Paul?
What's that?
Get a little nappy poo.
No, I was just reading something.
Uh-huh.
No, he was sleeping before.
No. No.
Play it back. Yeah, we watched it twice now. Almost roll out that chair.
Yeah, I had classical music playing. I don't know if you guys could hear it.
Yeah. But
DJ's not here.
That's basically the name of the game, you know. And like I say, and
Where is
that's why some
DJ? Is
people,
he working?
and wife might have him doing something today. Who knows?
It's not his wife. He says her.
Oh,
Her.
whatever.
She. Her.
Yeah.
You're gonna
But,
get slapped one day.
it's just like with when we age, at certain parts of our life, we had that transition where we used to doing a lot of things, being active and eating a lot, and then we go through that phase where we're start become sedentary and the weight hangs on us. And as we get older, we realize we don't need to eat that much, and you know you see a lot of older people lose a lot of weight, and they ain't on no special diet. They just know they don't need to eat.
Speaking of which, we're gonna get ice cream.
I saw him the other day gobbling down that bowl of ice cream he had. I'm like, wow.
He spilled it on the shirt yesterday.
Yeah,
to
he
clean
puts a
his shirt.
whole tub on the damn top of that thing of whipped cream.
Yeah.
Whipped cream be like 4 inches up out of the bowl.
He's gonna get to that wall one day. He's
No, he
gonna feel
won't.
like, you know what? I just don't have no desire to eat like that anymore.
I don't know. He's pretty up there in age, so
Paul's in his 70s.
I don't know if he's much of changing anymore.
73.
I put like this here. By the time Paul gets to his mid 80s, you're gonna watch Paul. If he's still getting online, you're gonna watch Paul just start not eating.
See, he did I think he did the opposite because Lynn said he used to cook.
Are
and
we
stuff
still
a
gonna
lot.
be getting on this show if he's 80? Oh, Lord help us. Our life sucks, don't it?
Like I said, if he's still on there, he'll be a change. Just like I say, if you've seen people, I say my parents are in their 90s, and my dad was never a big guy, but my dad is at a weight now that when he joined the Air Force as a kid, barely weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah, eventually your appetite goes way down here.
Well, it's an appetite, but know what the biggest thing is, Justin? He has no taste buds. He can't taste anything anymore.
Oh wow, that's got to be weird.
Yeah, I say both. My mom was never big, but my dad doesn't
The
have.
food just isn't enjoyable at all for him.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point right there. The food is not enjoyable anymore, so you have no desire to eat. So my
That's
dad
what he
doesn't
needs
have
right
the
there.
taste buds, and he can't smell anything.
That's what Paul needs right there. That'll stop him.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now he's playing that game with that Docalax. Fuck, if I keep crapping enough, I'll be okay.
What's up, Johnny?
Johnny, what's up?
Johnny, still down at the lake? Johnny taking a vacation from his vacation life.
Yeah, you got a point.
Retirement's tough.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take a vacation from it.
Yeah.
That was a nice house they were staying in, though.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Nice view and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a trek from the house down to that dock, though. I'll tell you that.
But it's things like that that'll cause you to change the way you eat. Sometimes it's just a natural thing in life. You just don't, like I say, food is not that important anymore.
That's gotta suck in the hell freaking taste buds, though.
Yeah, no, my dad has no taste buds and he has no sense of smell anymore.
There were some people that got that from COVID. I remember that. That was one of the side effects. Remember, people were losing their ability to taste, and they were trying all that weird remedies like burnt oranges. And there was people that claimed after they ate a burnt orange that they were able to taste again.
Yeah, my dad. He had this before COVID even came on the scene.
Yeah.
So we always got to make sure he does eat at least 2 meals a day. And like I said, his hearing's been going bad for pretty much a decade.
I mean, that's kind of be expected at his age.
Yeah. Yeah, I say he's 94 now.
Every once in a while, you do run across somebody that's in their late 80s and early 90s that are still, everything works fine and they're running around. And but there's,
oh yeah,
you have a higher chance of catching a bunch of medical shit when you start getting that age, and you do not.
Yeah, like I said, it's just people age differently.
Yeah.
And like I say, I say my dad was never one as a sickly person, but he did fight off cancer twice in his 60s and stuff. So never had no real medical issues. And that's why I said I look at myself and I said, my dad has better eyesight than I do. And stuff, I'm like, holy smokes.
Remember the first time I did one of these? I used to, when I was working on the unit, we used to practice with the IVs, putting IVs in us. I could put an IV in myself. No problem. First time I did this, Justin was sitting over there, and I said, I can't do it. I could not put that little freaking needle you can't see in me. I couldn't do it. And he said, you want me to do it? I said, oh, hell no. Well, you ain't doing it. Just get over there.
And Justin knocks him down, hits him in the heart like an EpiPen.
No, when he said that, I moved my gun, put it right in front of him. I said, stay right over there.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I'm going to get it done. It's just going to take a second. It ain't nothing to it. You press that button, it's like an EpiPen. You push that button, it's got a little spring on the inside. It shoots it in. Once it shoots it in, it pops back out.
Is that one-time use or
$300 for this?
And it's just a one-time use, right?
Yeah, one-time use. And that's 7.5 milligrams, right? I go to 10 next week.
$300?
$300 each. They give you 4 at a time. $1,200. Actually, $1,300.
So you do one a week?
One a week, every Wednesday. Yesterday I started to feel hungry again. Well, I wanted to eat during the days. I just forced myself not to. Now, the next 3 days, I'm not going to want anything because it makes you increase the dosage. And I heard that it goes all the way to 15 milligrams. Hey, Dre, I won.
Yeah.
I won.
Dude.
Either that or he heard you when he was walking away and he was like, oh,
no, he didn't hear me.
When I first saw him have a bowl like that the other day when he sat down, I thought it was cottage cheese. And I said, he's eating that ice cream. I said, I can't eat ice cream like that anymore. I just won't do it. Can't do it.
What kind is that in there?
It's the doctor's orders.
Whatever. I'll be violating the doctor's orders. I can't do it. I said, dude,
you better get a new doctor.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream you got at this time?
Mackinac cherry.
I can't do ice cream in the morning when I was eating ice cream. I couldn't do it early in the day. At nighttime, I might be able to do it.
Yeah. But I can't eat ice cream like that anymore. Maybe when I was, in my 30s, but not now. I can't do it now.
When I was playing high school football, I told the coach I want to move from running back to linebacker. And I said I'll play both like that. And he said I was 168 pounds. And he said, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. Over the summer, if you don't lose any time, and you can gain 30 pounds, I'll move you.
Hmm.
And I looked at him and I said, this was like in March when he said that. He said, when you come back in August, because this before they didn't have spring stuff and nothing then. We didn't do any training, you're on your own. He said, if you come back and you don't lose any time and you're 30 pounds heavy, I'll put you wherever you want. And I worked at Baskin Robbins.
Hmm.
I got so full of hot fudge sundaes, French vanilla ice cream daily. And then I'd go out and work out. And I'd work out. And I noticed I was gaining weight. I walked in at 198. And he looked at me and he said, you gained 30 pounds? I said, yep. And I didn't lose anything. I played linebacker the next 2 years.
Hmm.
And I had more fun playing linebacker. I still did a running back. But I had more fun when I'd look at you and I'd watch you. I watch your tendencies. We had one guy that was one of the best backs in the state, and he put his hand down on the ground, and if he was going to the right, he shifted a little bit to the right. He'd have it leaning to the right. He's going to the left. He'd have it shifted a little bit to the left. I looked down and see which way he's leaning that hand, and nobody ever told him anything.
Right.
And I'd rack him up in the backfield.
Hmm.
I'd just find me a hole, go straight that way.
Yep.
He told me after the game, said, man, how in the hell you knew where I was going? I said, you told me every time.
Little telltales. Just like when I played strong safety, my main key was the tight end. It's simple stuff, tight end release, pass play, tight end block down, and run play. Simple tells.
I want to know if Johnny they caught any more of them catfish, boy. Oh, they had some nice catfish. I think his granddaughter caught about a 3-pound cat.
Hmm.
Shoot, I'd live there. I'd be
That's
eating
right. That's that
catfish every day.
picture. Picture he posted.
Yeah. Only bad part about me living there, I'd want that house a little closer. Wouldn't want to have to go up and down them stairs every day.
You say that now until that creek rise.
Oh yeah, you got a point. I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
The next move for Joe is he's moving over. His son's moving.
No, I'm not. I've already been out of Louisiana long enough. I'll stay here now. No, I'll take it back. If I had the money and I didn't have to depend on taking pictures for football and that, if I had the money to live and my son gets stationed in Hawaii, look out. I'll hug my daughter, hug my granddaughter and say, see ya. Come see me. I'm gone.
Hawaii is an expensive state to live in.
If you got the money, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so they're saying that they're supposed to be looking at 2 different executive orders today, but it doesn't say what time they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't have the volume, but I got the news going on, the CBS live news. They'll go to the president if he comes out the toilet the wrong way.
White House reading executive orders on drones. Yeah, pretty much all the news agencies are just Trump's next executive orders could ban the sale of U.S.
Yeah.
Or ban U.S. sales of DJI drones. That's what they're all saying. So we're not going to know.
When was the last time we heard from anybody that was a reporter that knew shit about drones?
Yeah, it says here, man arrested at JFK Airport in connection to Palm Springs fertility clinic bombing. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Well, you think some news agencies would have some knowledge about them, because you think that they would be incorporating them in their own business. And they'd have people.
Well, like I say, Justin, somebody in the organization, like I say, operates them and everything else. It ain't the talking heads.
Oh, no, but you think that they would go to their own people and say, what is the rule on that? Because they have licensed pilots. I'm sure a lot of these news agencies.
And like I say, you and I sitting here thinking that would be the common sense route to get a little knowledge from somebody.
Yeah.
Some folks is just like, oh, 2, 3, 1, you're on the air.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I agree though that they get a lot of stuff wrong sometimes.
There's no common sense, what you call it, in the news today. The guys on the ground may know it, but they're not. They've never been asked what do they think or whatever. No.
Yeah. They're ramping up that investigation in Portugal, and that girl has been missing for over a decade.
Wow.
What
Because the
brought that
guy who's
investigation
supposed to
up?
be the top suspect is about to be released from jail from another crime in about another month or two.
Well, what about that guy they're looking for right now on the East Coast? Is it the East Coast?
West
Where
Coast. Killed his $3.
The three daughters, West Coast.
Yeah, they just showed a clip right now in the news talking about it.
Yeah. How old were they? They were young, weren't they?
Yeah, I think the oldest was 8, the other one was 7, and the youngest was 5.
Yeah. Killed his
What
three
happened
daughters.
now?
The guy, it was a custody thing. The father had visitation rights. I guess he took the girls out in the woods, whatever case was going on, and now they've been found dead, and the
Oh my
father's
God.
MIA.
Yeah, that's man.
How could you do that to your own kids, man?
Yeah.
Well, they say this guy's had a history of bipolar mental issues. I mean, there's so many red flags now. Well, I'm like, okay, how come? I always say you got to go back to why, whatever was going on in this guy's life to even allow him to have these type of unsupervised visitations.
Hey, Dre, isn't that the one where
You got to be nuts to kill your
he
own
went
kids
and picked
anyway.
the kids up for visitation purposes, and then
Yeah.
that was it?
Yeah.
They've been missing for about a week. And they found him yesterday. But that's
And
ridiculous.
now they all want to play Monday morning quarterback on why they didn't have an Amber Alert. I said, like the guy from the department said, anytime you have custody issues, you can't automatically go to a Amber Alert, which is an emergency missing person type thing, because he had the legal right to have the girls. So it's not an abduction until after he's supposed to return the girls, and even then there's a process of, okay, he's late bringing them back. So basically, it's a three. He had them for like a couple of days. So basically, 3 days later, then they get like, okay, something's amiss.
Well, is
like the whole
that
Chris
is
Watts
that the
case.
one? Is that the one they reported that they had bags tied over their head and
I don't know. I
they
didn't
were
get any
they were
details of
bound
how
up and yeah.
I didn't get any details of how
I didn't get all the
It don't
details.
matter how they were killed. Man, how you can kill your own damn kids? That's like Chris Watts. The same crazy crap over a damn girlfriend. He killed his 2 girls, his wife who was pregnant.
So that guy was he in what, Colorado or?
Yeah, Chris Watts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that house is still, as far as I know, is still sitting vacant after like, what was that, 6-7 years ago that happened?
Mm-hmm.
And that house is still sitting vacant.
On the body's buried on one of his sites or whatever. He was there.
No, he put her in one of those big oil like drums, like storage things.
So he had access to that thing because he worked.
He
in
was,
the industry.
he worked for the oil company. He was some kind of
I remember he
maintenance
worked
guy or
for the
something.
oil company or something.
Because he had a good life, dude. He was in a nice like $500,000 home. He was making over, $150,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
His wife was getting successful online, doing online stuff, selling
Didn't
stuff
he have a
online.
girlfriend aside too?
Yeah, that's what he killed his family over, was his girlfriend.
And she dined him out. If I remember correctly, she's the one that told the authorities.
Well, not only that, is if you watch the full body cam footage of the time the cops show up to do the welfare check, like there's a whole like 2 hours worth of. I've watched the whole thing. They actually go to the neighbor's house and they can see him loading the bodies into the truck.
Mm.
They can't tell their bodies, but that's what they were.
Right.
And the neighbor's camera caught him doing a bunch of funny shit at like 3-4 in the morning.
Mm.
But he took his girls. They were still alive when they left the house. And then he killed them when he got to the sites.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, man, I'm like, man, I don't know how you could
this
do
world, this world going batshit crazy, man. Because they had a Vietnamese woman here, like 26, 27 years old. She was going out with this guy that had a 6-year-old daughter. And her and the daughter weren't getting along. And then the ex-wife didn't get along with her because she used to complain about the daughter all the time. So they got pictures of her walking down the street pulling a rolling ice chest, right? She had killed a little girl and went and put it on the wife's porch.
Oh wow.
Killed the girl, left the knife just and put it on the porch, and then walked home.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's like
It's not that the world's going crazier. It's just
some people are crazy.
the world seems smaller these days because you hear about everything. There were
Yeah.
sickos like that, just
Oh,
like
that
that
was all the
50
time.
years ago. And they're just the population's like 3 times as more as it was 70 years ago.
I remember the night that I was riding home on my 10-speed from my girlfriend's house, and the guy pulled alongside of me and asked me if I needed a ride. I said, "Oh hell no," like this. So I went down the side street and he was following me. So I ditched him. A couple of days later, I'm going home again, and he comes up alongside of me again. And I said, "I got this bitch today." I went down the side street, stopped, picked up a brick out of a garden, and as he come down the street and said something to me, I crashed his windshield with it. He ain't never followed me again. I said, "Bitch, get away from me." Boom. You never come back again.
Oh man.
Did you make a police report or no?
Nah, hell no.
He can't make a police report. He smashed a dude's windshield. Joe get arrested for
wrong with
Well,
that.
the thing of it is, not they just did that, is that if you feel you're being followed and harassed, the police will not will at least investigate it.
Well, I was like 16 years old, so I just took it upon myself and threw the brick. You know.
Like I said, they wouldn't have said anything to you about throwing a brick. Like I said, you're defending yourself against someone who's
Yeah.
stopping you, and at their age, you're a minor. So basically, he is harassing.
No,
a
he going
minor.
to jail.
Yeah, the ones in the wrong.
What Joe's not telling you is it was some handsy 18-year-old senior that wanted him.
Yeah, it was. It was a guy about 40, 50 years old.
Yeah, it was just
Justin,
you could have been the
you beat me
start
to the
of
punch on
his.
that one, partner.
You could have been the start report of the report on him that started his
and
record.
it wasn't even a dude, it was a chick. She was a big girl. He was afraid of her.
Well, he kept saying that he thought he was a girl, so.
It's like on Bruce
No,
Almighty. He's
I
like,
wasn't
you ain't
standing for
won a
that. I didn't have
said
time
you
for
ain't
it.
won a fight since you were in 6th grade. And it was against a girl. Yeah, but she was big.
You beat me to the punch on that one, Justin. I was about to go there with him.
Hey, Johnny
Yeah.
Drone Flyer.
He's been here for about an hour.
Yeah, it's just a
At least 30
crazy
minutes.
ex-girlfriend.
And we had that across the street from my house. We had that woman that was in her 40s. And she used to, all the young kids in the neighborhood, the boys, would go up to her apartment.
Let's say, hi, Miss Parker.
Hi, Miss
Yeah, they would
Parker.
always be up there. And I lived too close to go up there
Fucking
because my
Bernie
parents
Mac.
would be sitting if I went up the stairs up to her apartment, they were sitting on a porch across the street. They could see it, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I remember Bernie Mac, the preacher. Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Let me talk to you about the Lord. Turns out her son's a friggin' midget.
Yeah, her husband was a midget.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Parker. Hi, boys.
Yeah, her name was Mary. She came over one day, and it was funny. I was sitting there, my parents were there, and she came over to the house one day, and she had police with her. And the police knocked on the door. They wanted to know if I was shooting my pellet gun out in the front because somebody shot her window with a pellet gun. And I said, no, I'll shoot it in the back in the garage, like this. So she started raising all kind of hell about it. And she said something about, yeah, I see him all the time, and he says hi to me and all of this. And my mother said, well, why you be coming seeing him all the time? My mother was going on. She was getting ready to go out the door.
Your mama know the deal.
Mom, yeah, I don't know what she was doing. And my mama knew I wasn't going over there.
Yeah, I said,
She
your
knew what was
mama-
going on.
You got all these boys in the neighborhood come up to your place.
Yeah, she brought that up, and my mama was like 5 foot nothing.
Uh-huh.
And my mama, the 2 police officers had to get in front of my mama. She was going after this woman. Why you come? Why you over here messing with my son? You know, like don't you
Yeah.
have enough kids going up in your house? And then the police turn around and say, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. I say all of a sudden she got quiet, huh?
He got shifted.
Yeah.
He
There's
got
been
shifted.
a string of teachers lately have gotten busted for messing with their students.
Yeah.
A couple females and a couple males here in Florida got arrested. Teachers.
They're announcing that
Yeah.
the soccer coach got arrested.
Yeah, we had two
Messing
male
with the
teachers
players.
in our county get arrested, and I saw some body cam footage the other day of some recent events this year. Where two female teachers got arrested.
We've had two here in St. Tammany just recently get arrested for doing that. I tell you what, I would have taken care of that. And they could have got away from the kids.
Look, the thing is though, is like everything's, and they do everything electronically too, which leaves a paper trail. I mean, they'll be like messaging the student directly to their phone, and I'm like, you don't think they're not going to find out when they actually the authorities find out? You don't think they're going to be able to look all that shit up? You can delete stuff off your phone, and they'll still find it sometimes.
Yeah, 30, 35 years ago, you could do all kind of shit and get away with it. Now you can't walk outside without somebody knowing you're outside.
Yeah, you walk through a neighborhood of 50 houses, you guarantee 45 of them are going to have cameras on them. And you're going to be on every one of them as you're walking down that road.
Yeah, I know everybody walked by my door. I can tell you whoever walked by my door now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so common these days because security systems have gotten so cheap. Now you can get a doorbell, an electronic door lock for your front door, and 4 cameras and a whole hub to run it. I mean, you can spend $500-600.
Yeah.
Do up your whole house.
The girl was going out with the guy that Justin knows across the hall over here, the one that was looking at my package that day, checking it out. She walked by before they moved. As she walked by, she looked at my camera and blew me a kiss. It's like, I was thinking, Lord, stay over there.
Like the security cameras I have, they'll record even if they go offline, they'll still record. They got built-in memory in them. Plus, you can add a memory card to them if you want.
Yeah, I see that brand you like. Justin put out some new cameras the other day or so.
Oh, Eufy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put out all kinds of shit. They actually have a electronic box that you can put on your porch and open and close it and lock it. And then it's sort of like if somebody brings a package, they're expecting a package, they can put it in there and then it will lock up once they stick it in there, close the lid. I got a bunch of cool shit. I got a vacuum that runs off their smart hub and all that.
Yes, sir.
The gentleman out here who had his
But for 2 cameras, a doorbell, and an electronic door lock, I think I only paid like $300 because I bought all the shit open box, but it was all still sealed up.
weather doesn't look that good, does it?
It's not that great over us either. I mean, it's good because I don't mind the rain, but the rain actually helps my damn allergies.
Texas Roadhouse trying to give me some free cheese fries. Didn't even look good. Didn't look, well, I don't want that. What's up, Frank? Have you seen Jody lately, Frank? Hey, Brenda, thank you for the comment on that video.
I tried to get TJ in here to wake Paul up, but he's at work.
Hey, who's Farm Cat?
I have no idea who that is. Hang around the chat for a while, and then you can come on the panel.
3 subscribers.
But it's an old channel though. It's from 2014.
14.
Some people are just watchers. I'll post anything.
Oh, Brenda says they've gotten almost 7 inches of rain since Sunday. Wow.
Well, you asked for it, Brenda. You needed
Yeah,
it.
she was begging for rain.
Lord said, let there be rain.
Like I said, we needed it though. Everything was getting real dry, and like in our area, and the lakes were dropping, and yeah, we needed the rain. We were actually under a burn advisory for a couple of weeks because of that, because everything was just really dry. They were worried about having forest fires and shit. Bad puppy weather, yeah. Dogs don't like going outside. My dogs will sitting by the back door. I'll open it up. They'll see it's raining. They'll just stop. They'll be like, "Nope, never mind." Turn around, come back in. Seen all those tabs open on that computer. Camera was facing your computer screen while you were gone.
Oh, my computer?
Yeah.
I don't have no tabs open.
No, all you could see was the live stream.
Yeah. So one of my additional duties I got tasked with is dealing with the what's the proper term now? Housing challenged. So when they get taken in by the PD for warrants or whatever the case may be, arrested for whatever deal, we have to offer them any items they want to have stored up to about 90 days.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that program.
So this guy pops up talking about he wants to claim his stuff, and by the agreement between us and the ACLU, I'm not allowed to ask for ID, but I have to have that property sheet that gets filled out by PD. Because that's the only way I can tell what items belong to them, because that's how they're tagged in the storage area. And he's like, I don't have paperwork. That's first I asked him, do you have your paperwork? That's the only way I can do it. And I've already told the PD, I said, make sure you guys fill out the paperwork in detail, because that is the only way I can match up their personal property with the booking sheet. And this guy don't have any paperwork, so I had to give him instructions to go up to the police station, about a quarter mile or so away from me, and see if they can reproduce his property sheet. If they can't, he got to look.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do after 90 days? You just toss the shit in the trash or what?
Yep. Gets tossed. And like I said, I always hear the stories. He's talking about how whatever he had before got stolen from him by some other homeless people and stuff. So I'm like, dude, what's this got to do with you having this sheet I need? I hear all the stories, man. I hear about all the cops are mean and disrespectful and everything else. And I even had this one lady. This is when you know you got to end the conversation, Justin. This one lady told me while she's there, she said, yeah, I was sleeping in the park, but I pay property taxes so I can sleep in the park.
Oh my God.
That's when you know you cannot have a rational conversation right there. I just like shook my head, said, okay, here's your stuff, lady. You have a good day. I said, well,
Yeah, the
you
ones
sit there
that
and try to tell me that you pay property taxes, so that allows you to sleep in the park. We're done.
yeah, because what property taxes are you paying? You on vacation in the park or what?
Yeah.
It's like the ones that think that, oh, I pay your salary because I'm a taxpayer, so that means you don't have
Yeah.
to listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Those,
Yeah,
those
okay.
I used to crack up. No, and no, I still when I was an officer, I told him, I said, now you're getting the full benefit of your taxes, your tax money. You have my undivided attention.
That's funny.
So you never can say you paying your taxes pay my salary. Now you're getting the full measure of the amount.
What's up, David? You didn't type in the
Now,
chat.
who's Farm Cat? I didn't even see who's Farm Cat.
I don't know. David hit him though, so that's how I was
Yeah,
able
it's
to
like
tell it was David.
I didn't even see when they came into the room. I didn't see when David came into the room.
He never actually came in the chat.
So he just hit him. He's just been sitting there.
Yeah, so it told us that he hit him, so he's obviously watching.
Yeah. Yeah. When does wedding supposed to take place?
I think it was August, maybe.
Is it August? Oh,
I think.
wife's calling.
What do you want?
Anybody heard about the bird?
What do you want, Tyson? What? Are you mad because your mama's not home?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Oh, do you want to know why I dropped off the other night? I was trying to get your attention. I was having a seizure, but couldn't get Laura's attention, couldn't get your attention. Joe wouldn't shut up. No
I
choice
figured that I thought that might have been what it was, but
I had no choice but to cut it. I was like, fuck it, can't even say goodbye.
yeah, as I said, I hope he's all right because I figured that might have been
Yeah,
one of the possibilities.
I managed to get
It's Laura's fault.
Yeah, I managed to get myself wedged between the steering wheel and my table somehow. And I couldn't get out.
Well, it was Laura's fault. All she had to do was say, "Shut up, Joe."
Unfortunately, Laura was busy in the other room. But she knows if Justin messages, then it's something. The problem is you can't hardly talk when you're having a seizure as well. So all you guys are there be going, hey Frank, hey Brenda. Yeah, it took me all of yesterday to freaking get over it. My fucking head was killing. And yeah, that fam cat had put in the but hey, can I join the Zoom channel? Zoom chat? I checked the channel, there's fuck all on there. I was like, no, you can't.
The only reason I didn't block it is because the channel was from 2014. It was a little old.
Yeah, well, I just hit.
I didn't bother with it. They didn't say anything else after that.
Yeah. Don't want to rub it in, but I can join the channel. And Dre, the wedding's in October.
October.
is it
Oh, you
October?
got plenty of time, dude.
Yeah, plenty of time to run away.
Yeah, plenty of time to run away, plenty of time to fake your death. Oh, you good.
I wouldn't fake my death.
Yeah.
Tried the other night. Yeah, just over 4 months away.
Yeah, see, all it takes is 9 days to declare you dead. So you're good.
I don't know. I was thinking, that's for some reason I was thinking August.
No, that's when we sort of met. Oh, for God's sake, fucking family printer. So other than that, David, what's new with you? Just a minute. Not much. It's like just took me a while to get over the seizure, which sometimes happens. Sometimes you get over them quickly, sometimes you don't. Well, what's the longest amount of time you've had a seizure last for? A seizure? They normally last on average about 5 minutes. Sometimes I think the longest is about 40 minutes. Wow. But the worst bit is sometimes you'll have a seizure and start coming out of it, but go back into another seizure. Yeah, and that's where you don't know how long the seizure is lasting, because obviously you're out and back in. But yeah, they do vary. Brenda says hi to David. Yeah, I said hi when I came in. And Frank. Give my regards to Jody. So where is everybody? Where's Mark? Well, it's you got to figure. We started
Mark's getting the angio thing plastered today.
Yeah, forgot about that. You did say the other day.
Donald wasn't here earlier. He left.
Yeah, I knew I was coming. What was that, Justin?
I said Donald was in here earlier, but he left.
Yeah.
I'm doing what Paul should do. I'm liquidating. I'm going through and finding stuff that's just been sitting here and putting it on eBay.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that. When you said you were liquidating, I thought you had to go use the bathroom.
I gotta do that too. I took a fluid pill this morning. I'm doing that too. No.
Yeah. Just whacking everything in the blender.
Yeah, anything I see that's been here a while, I'm getting rid of.
1000, Frank.
I'm not putting that on. It's hurricane season. I'm keeping that.
Oh, okay. He's talking about you. I said that's why I was asking who's giving one away.
The price is right. They're giving away a flip in the DJ Power 1000. I can tell you how much that costs. $1,800. I could have bid on that. I'd have said 1,800. Actually, it's 1779. They do it right.
I can't believe you guys still show the prices right. We tried to reboot it several times after Bruce Forsyth gave up.
Game shows don't seem to last very long anyway. Like
the Price is Right has.
No, I'm saying like especially a lot of the newer ones.
Yeah.
You'll see them, they'll go a season or two and then they'll get canceled.
The problem is once you lose the host, once you've got a host and the show is so popular, yeah, you've either got to bring a host back of a similar nature or just can it, right? they brought the Price is Right back over here. We have Bruce Forsyth, which was, I won't say he was a butch bloke, but he was, you know, a man sort of bloke. But they
Right.
brought him back with Joe Pasquale, who had the squeakiest voices you could probably imagine. Yeah, sounded like Mickey Mouse on helium. And it just didn't work.
Yeah, it's true. Like once you get a host everybody gets comfortable with.
You know, it's like the other one we have. Oh, I forgot what it's called now. Catchphrase. They've brought it back with so many different presenters, and because it's no one's watching it, all they're doing now is bringing celebrities on instead. Yeah, just can the program. You've lost it. Roy Walker was an institution to that program.
What happened? Did he get institutionalized?
He passed away. So yeah,
That's the same thing. Yeah.
You're not coming back. Back in a minute.
Oh, I was gonna ask David if Laura was going live today. I feel bad I missed her live the other day.
Downbound traffic, check down at recourse and court rate.
One thing that hasn't come back since the other day is my fucking balance. Fucking crashed into the wall.
Is Laura going live at all today?
Yeah, she's doing a box battle now, just now.
Okay.
I don't know if you can join a box battle because I don't know if you can. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I'll wait till she does regular live.
Wait, she does regular ones? But they're
Last
all
time I
insane.
checked, I did.
I just thought they were all insane. Someone just got a Windows notification.
Way to go.
Can you believe it? I've been waiting nearly 2 weeks for this item from eBay. So today, after the postie arrived, I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to open the case now. Get my money back. Open the case. Yeah. Seller agreed to refund and said he would do it this afternoon. And then the parcel came through the fucking letterbox.
Oh, because you guys both didn't know where it was at?
It been delivered to a neighbor.
So what, did you just cancel the return or what?
Yeah, just cancelled it. Well, it wasn't a return, it was just a refund.
You know he got his money.
Bastard missing. No, I'm as honest as they come. I told him straight. It's arrived.
Man, this is stupid. This is really freaking stupid.
What have you
I
lost?
moved something. I had a little bitty freaking flat box of fairy lights. And it was in the way, so I took it and put it somewhere, and then I can't find it.
What kind of lights there, Joe?
No, I'm not. This is pissing me off.
Joe,
Joe.
Yeah, I can laugh at this. Do you know why? That happens every time. Doesn't matter what I fucking want, right? There's a pair of pliers right here in my hand, right? Don't need them right now. Later on, when I need them, they will not be there. They will not be on my table. They'll be gone.
Where the hell they went?
And the worst bit is you find them a few days later when you're not looking for the fucking thing.
Trying to find
I
this
only
fairy
moved
light.
one thing. I mean, I only moved the one thing right there.
He
I
sounds.
pulled them all out, put them right back, and it's gone.
He sounds just like me. I only just moved one thing. You were fucking here.
Get a flashlight and look up in that dark area. Shit, it's a dog box too.
The only thing you haven't done yet is start banging the table.
I ain't banged it yet. I'm looking for it. Got the flashlight looking all in the dark crevices because it's underneath the shelf.
Yeah, start pushing things off your table.
I ain't got nothing on my table. Nothing right here. I'm not sitting on it's not on the thing. I didn't drop it.
This is why I'm more convinced that that it is correct. We are all Sims on somebody's computer game because they must click it and go, hide that.
No, I'm thinking, I'm gonna go check. Cleo was right here and I put it down. I wonder if she picked up and went to the back with it. See where she's at.
He's gonna go out, dogs all lit up.
No, it ain't there. Oh, this is about as stupid as it could be.
Is it under your table? Have you knocked it under?
I've looked underneath everything. It's on a shelf. And I had 4, 5, 6 books there. I moved the books and nothing can go to the side of it because I got something else there. I put the books back and it was on the side by the books. It's gone.
It's just gone.
Behind the book?
It's a miracle.
It's not behind the books either because the books are flush.
Remember how we were
Hold on,
talking?
man.
Well, we were talking
You
about
stupid
going
shit.
to
See, when I lived in my old place,
See
I found it.
You know where it was?
Where?
It fell and the other book laying on top of it looked like it was flush on that side, but when I noticed the back was higher than the front. That
There you
little
told-
thin ass thing was underneath the book.
And he was trying to blame the dogs and everything.
Yeah, poor.
Yeah.
You owe that dog an apology.
I don't know her shit. Where's she at? No, 'cause she was mad at me because I wouldn't get her nothing to eat and she walked off.
Yeah, she went, oh, not getting nothing to eat. Fucking hide that under there.
I'm just taking your shit from you. I said, how in the hell did I lose that when I moved? I've got 9 books right there, right? And they're brand new books because I got them for every time somebody has a kid, just to read and go picture Bibles. I give it to them. And just to read and grow picture Bibles. And I slide it, I keep it right there because they're sealed and it's nice and neat out the way.
Well,
and I moved it back and I put it back. And think what happens, the other book on top of it just laid on top of it. It's a little flat box.
Yeah. As the picture Bibles, there's only one thing we can say on this. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
No, he's testing me because I can't get mad and flip it off because it's Christian books. That's all it was. I was thinking, I was getting ready to flip it off, but then I remembered that's all Christian books there. I can't do that.
Jesus.
You know what? I got fucking LED lights everywhere. And none of them are any fucking use.
Why? Because they're all
I'm
dead.
getting a call from Paradis, Louisiana. I have no idea who that is.
No, the ones I'm using now are going to be USB powered.
Yeah.
Originally, I was going to just have all individual buttons, but then I realised when I get there, start fucking having to go around pressing fucking individual buttons, I'll be there all night. Especially trying to turn the fuckers off. Gotta be this one! So, keep an eye out on Facebook Marketplace. LED lights everywhere. Did you know the eyelet things?
The what?
Eyelets, you know, the little ring things that you put on like flags and curtains and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've been trying to get a certain tool for them, and everywhere I've bought them from online have sent me the different tool, the one where you fucking whack your fingers. Yeah, and that's the parcel that came today from eBay. Sod's law, it was supposed to come from the UK, but it came from China. But it's the right tool, so that's good. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
What you calling today?
Joe's Ghost.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll be on again later today, 5 o'clock Eastern time.
I'll catch you later.
Okay.
See you in 5 hours.
Justin, we'll look for you then, Justin. Joe, David, bye
Justin
for now.
Laura is live now doing a box battle thing.